Good afternoon, St. Louis. DGS 1041 FM KMOX. Happy Tuesday to everybody. Good to be back. Thanks to the guys for covering for me yesterday as I was out having major surgery. Major. They said to take 2 weeks off. I said, no, damn it. I'm going in the very next day. And here I am. I listened to the whole show yesterday.
Oh, nice.
It was really good.
Thanks.
I thought you were the best one, Rach.
Thanks. That's
You're
just because
welcome.
I've been gone.
Well, we also agree with you, so.
Yeah, so should I tell the story of my ear?
I think everyone's dying to hear it.
Okay. So I've told the story to a few different people, and I get two basic reactions. From the freaks like Rage, who love this stuff, they're just like, I need more detail.
I'm holding back. I feel like
Oh,
I'm
I know
being
you are.
rude and intrusive.
I know you are. What did you ask me yesterday? What was the...
Well, I was like, well, did they cut it open with a scalpel?
Oh,
And then
that's right.
And then he just texted back, yes. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to stop pushing, but I have like 50 more questions.
Yeah, I think I was literally in the car like 10 minutes after having this procedure done. And Rach just keeps peppering me. And I knew, I already knew that she was like Dr. Pimple Popper Jr. And then she's like, did they use a scalpel? I'm like, oh,
Well, because I'm picturing exactly the type of procedure he'd be needing to have. And I was just trying to confirm.
So yeah, and then the other reaction are people are just like, stop saying words, just stop talking. Stop. I think I scared poor Sean Malone because I ran into him, and of course you see someone with a giant bandage on the side of their face. You're like, oh, what happened? So I started telling him, and he just kept moving farther from me. He's like, oh, that's yeah.
He's like, I don't want to hear that.
That's enough. That's enough.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Dave. So I'll just tell the story, and then when you get grossed out, you can hit mute.
Okay.
So you guys will remember probably about a week ago, I said on the air, because people kept saying, like, we need an ear update, and that I had awakened one morning with, like, a little lump underneath my ear, kind of right behind the earlobe. In that place, it's always been a place for me, because one time when I was a kid, a bully got me in a headlock and drove their finger there. And it's it's like something that like Kung Fu would have done, you know?
Is it like the spot grip? Like,
Yeah, it's exactly what it's like.
Yeah.
And so that's always been sensitive to me. So that's where the thing was. And last Friday, I went to my primary doctor, and he put me on a really strong antibiotic and said, give me a call on Monday, which would have been yesterday. But it got worse and worse over the weekend, and I'm not exaggerating. If I were going to be hyperbolic, I would say it was the size of a tennis ball, but it was legit like a whole golf ball sticking out from underneath my earlobe.
Dang.
All red, very angry. And you could just tell, hot to the touch. And so I thought, well, I know I'm supposed to call the doc, but I think I'm just going to drive there. So I just go walking in without an appointment. And the second he sees me, he's like, you need surgery today. And Dr. Matt Knoyer, who's my ear, nose, and throat guy, and who I've represented here on the show, and who's a good buddy of mine, has been a guest many times. And at this point, I'm like shaking.
Yeah.
Because I'm in a doctor's office, and they're trying to like take my blood pressure. I'm like, it's going to be 1,000,000. Just step back. Like, it's okay.
Now, did you think like I'm going to be put out, or did you kind of know like, okay, they're just going to give me like a local?
Well, it's funny you say that, because then the ladies who work with Dr. Stein all came in the room, and they know what a wuss I am. They're like, it's going to be a whole bunch of nothing. It's just, it's and I'm like, okay. And they lied through their teeth. And so Knoyer answers the phone at 9 a.m. on a Monday. He's like, what's up? And I go, I've got an angry shrimp in my face. And he's like, get in the car, head my way. I'll meet you with a scalpel. And so I go into his office, and he, Matt, because we're boys, right? I mean, he's talking to me like, I'm a patient, but I'm his buddy. And he's like, dude, this is really bad. This is really bad. You need this immediately. And so, he lays me down, gets me prepped and everything. And he is going to numb it up with a shot behind my ear.
You
Yes.
right in that little
right,
spot.
It couldn't have been more in that spot. And before he does, he looks at me and he goes, Glove, this is going to hurt a lot.
That's just what you want to hear from a doctor. Like, hey, buddy, this is really going to
But
hurt.
I was able to like gird my loins, and so they switched up my antibiotic. Now I'm on something else, and so I go back in tomorrow morning, and they remove the packing. And after that, I think it's more like just taking care of it and putting on the ointment and, that kind of stuff.
Man, I wish I could have seen it.
I know you do.
Yeah.
I'm so curious.
You can meet me tomorrow morning at the doctor's office.
I mean,
you can be the one to pull out the packing.
oh man,
Don't tempt her with a good time.
I'm seriously. What's the address?
She's like, for real? You for real?
I'll be like, Dr. Knoyer, can I use the scalpel? No.
No. You can do that, but I'm sure it's different because you wouldn't be able to see your own people that quickly
Yeah.
on a Saturday. I
Rather
would
see
guess.
Knoyer.
Yeah.
So that's yeah.
I mean, unless you're, some of these people that are just like, okay, I'm Mr. Perfect.
And no one really notices other people's problems.
No, you notice your own.
Not to that minutia anyway.
Yep. Yeah, well, I forget that there's a line about it somewhere that's something along the lines of you think everyone's thinking about you, but they're all thinking about their own stuff just like you
100%.
are. Yeah.
Oh, also I'm on opioids as we speak. So just should probably get that out there in case I do something crazy. My very first opioid.
Yeah? Really?
You
never had it?
Never had one.
It sounds like a children's book.
My
Dave's
first
first
opioid. Yeah.
And you know what? I don't know what I expected. I think I expected to be turning tricks on the corner by now.
Well, the one you have is like the starter set.
Okay.
That's like the beginner's version. At least if that's the one or I remember you saying it was.
Hydrocodone.
Yeah, that's the beginner.
Okay.
Oxycodone. That's the
bad boy?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just sat there all day waiting to get super crazy high, and I never did, so. But there's a different standard for laying on your couch and moving among other humans and doing a radio show for 4 hours.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
So,
Yeah. Don't screw it up, Dave.
yeah. Well, if I do, I won't remember it, so
Hey, at least it'll probably be fun.
so that's okay. But yeah, thanks to Dr. Stein and Dr. Knoyer.
Yeah.
And Dr. Knoyer's lovely assistant, who I don't think wanted to be there completely.
Really?
Yeah, at some point he's like, you can step out if you want. She's like, I'll hang.
Yeah.
I'm like, can I step out?
Dr. Knoyer doesn't even have an assistant, and Dave's like, these pills don't do anything. These pills.
Tell Sally I said thank you.
Dr. Knoyer's assistant tomorrow is going to be me in like a fake mustache and glasses.
Dr. Knoyer's assistant, who happened to be a fairy riding a unicorn.
Hello, Dave. Come on in. So what I miss, like I said, I listened to most of the show. It's really good.
I mean,
You just missed out on the fun yesterday.
Yeah, we had fun. Lots of Cardinals talk, obviously.
Yeah.
And then we
You
had some
almost-
fun segments.
You almost had your Redbird Rush Hour debut.
Yeah. It made me sad listening.
Because we're like, yeah, it would have been fun to have another guy.
Yeah, I was listening, and you're like, yeah, we're supposed to have Glove with this, and I'm over here like Vincent Van Gogh, just trying to hold my ear on.
He's just holding it on.
I could still come in for
Got a big sigh.
I could. The phone starts ringing, and it's me.
What could have been?
Let me tell you guys about First Missouri Credit Union. They've been with me now for probably 3 years or so. I need to take those guys to the green seats and say thank you. And they kind of came about as a happenstance. One of my former clients put me together with them. And I like them, and they liked me. We've been doing it for about 3 years now, which means it's working. The fact that they keep going means that people are attracted to what they do, and it's a pretty easy sell. If this were 1974 and I was trying to convince you to move financial institutions, you would laugh at me. because you'd have to get banker's boxes full of actual physical pieces of paper, and it'd be a whole pain in the butt. When I opened my checking and savings account at First Missouri, it literally took me 10 or 15 minutes, and that was with like hobnobbing. Really easy to do. You put $25 in a checking account, you are a member, you are an owner. You can avail yourself of the great rates on vehicle loans and signature loans, 4.27% interest paid on your checking account up to $100,000. And the kicker, because I don't live in South County and have little reason to go down there other than to see my clients at First Missouri, which I do a couple times a month. But I have a credit union, I don't know, half mile from my house, and a credit union about a block from my studio where I can go in and they treat me just like if I were at First Missouri. 314-544-5050, the number one, stmocu.org.
New Game Plus with Oxy makes your laundry smell incredible and fights stubborn smells, like the ones your dog Biscuit brought into your freshly made bed last night. But you washed that all away with Game, and now you're drifting asleep to the scent and sound of waves. Ah, no, that's the dog licking your ear.
Biscuit.
It just might be our greatest scent ever, now with odor-fighting power. New Game Plus with Oxy.
Sniff the difference. This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When Donald Trump needs conservative votes to help pass his agenda for Missouri, Representative Trisha Burns never answers the call. Trisha Burns has missed 370 votes. Burns is bucking President Trump's priorities. Burns did not vote to stop DEI initiatives, prevent China from owning Missouri land, defund Planned Parenthood, and Burns did not vote to ban boys from girls' sports. Trisha Burns not showing up for Missouri and President Trump. Instead, Trisha Burns spends her time pulling pranks on the suicide prevention hotline. Yes, you heard that right. Trisha Burns lied to the police and staged a fake suicide emergency. She sent a series of messages to the hotline and said she, quote, had a gun to her head, end quote. When she got caught, she said there'd be no consequences because she's a politician. By August 4th, vote to show Trisha Burns that there are consequences to being bad at your job.
Let's Go Brandon PAC paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. Chris Foss, Treasurer.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft.
Oh no.
That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If we find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes to your financial accounts, we alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Get the alerts that could make all the difference. Save up to 30% with promo code NEWS at lifelock.com. Terms apply.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
As the old saying goes, size matters.
At Morgan & Morgan, we have over 1,000 lawyers and nearly 6,000 people on staff.
But at the core, this is and always has been a family business.
Our family watching out for your family.
Call us or email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even on a Saturday or a Sunday.
And if you ever have a problem, call our mom.
Morgan & Morgan.
For the people and your family.
Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. We have attorney Brad Young, who we love having on, joins us at 1:30. Hopefully he can stay until 2. At 2, our buddy Mike Claiborne is going to join us, filling in for Ricky. And then we have Ian Mackey later on. Today is Election Day, of course. Sweet 16 at 4 p.m. I don't know that we've ever done this one before. The Sweet 16 of best sports nicknames of all time.
Yeah.
Boy, you almost could have done them by sport.
My goodness.
I mean, there's just so many.
If you just go back to like 100 years ago, you got 8 million
of those names. No one had a regular name.
Yep. Farts Magoo.
Yep. Do you see the guy that jumped off the Brooklyn Bridge?
He was naked.
Yeah. And he lived.
Mm-hmm. Was it a stunt? Like, was he intending to live?
Great question. The only reason I would think possibly is that when he jumped off, he was holding some sort of like a bag that looked like one of those things that would open into a parachute.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know whether it was a suicide attempt or if it was attention. I don't know. But they're charging him with a bunch of crimes, which I think is kind of stupid. It's like, I don't think you're going to deter the next person, right? The whole reason this thing's a story is because the guy didn't die.
Yeah,
Typically, you jump off the Brooklyn Bridge, 280 feet above the water, you die. And I don't think anyone's like, well, I didn't know you could get charged with crimes if I survived. So,
I mean, it won't stop anybody that, has bad intentions, but it might stop the dumb stunt dudes from doing it.
Maybe.
I mean, how many resources did they have to spend to rescue his dumb ass from the water?
Yeah. I feel like he's been through enough.
Well, it depends on which scenario it is, right? Like, if he was having a mental episode, that's a different thing. If he did it on purpose as a dare, well, it's a different animal entirely.
Yeah.
We don't know, though, do we?
I don't think we know anything yet.
Okay.
Did you guys see the Spider-Man toot?
No.
What?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I saw the headline.
There's a whole theater there to see Tom Holland's big, giant Spider-Man debut, opening night. And evidently someone had been to Taco Bell or something, and they were tooting so bad that the place cleared out. And they said people kept trying to come back in, and they'd just be like, no.
Oh, my God.
Are you sure that's not one of those, like, fart spray pranks?
I am not sure.
Because that will clear a room. I don't know if you've ever smelled those things, the little sprays. Oh, my God.
I don't think that's a prank. I don't think like something that mean you can chalk up to being like, it's a prank.
Well, I don't mean it that way. I just mean like whether it's actual fart or it's somebody thinking it's a funny thing to do.
It just bothers me that they sell it as like, it's a prank. It's like, no, it's a day ruiner. That's what it is.
It's definitely something that makes you cry. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm looking at all these people in the lobby of the theater, and one of them is a Spider-Man. He's in full Spider-Man garb, and he's just on his iPhone like, man, I can't believe
He's got to be the suspect, right?
Because and then the cameras will see me in my suit.
Yeah.
He's a pretty jacked Spider-Man. Jeez. Yeah, that's
I almost hope it was the spray, because if your farts are that bad that
I know,
an
for a
entire
whole theater
that's pretty humiliating. I'm sorry.
Or you could be proud of that.
Yeah, something tells me the person wasn't embarrassed. Because if you're the kind of human that would be embarrassed
You get
by
up and
that,
leave.
after the first one,
You're like, I'm out.
Well, wait,
you just drive home.
It can't be the Spider-Man in the lobby, because if it was so bad, people kept trying to re-enter and couldn't. That means the tutor was stayed
in there?
He was tooting all movie long.
Well, he could have been clever.
Yeah.
He could have been like, let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Let's try it again, guys.
Everyone's leaving. It won't be suspicious.
One more time.
We don't just cover St. Louis. we share it. That's why the stories you hear every morning aren't just headlines. They're about your neighborhood,
Ferguson's police chief took the stand in day one of
your
election.
roads,
Westbound 270 North County just had some volume on
your Cardinals,
Riley O'Brien strikes out the side in the 9th inning.
your community.
I'm Tom Ackerman.
This is Debbie Monterey.
I'm Megan Lynch.
Total Information AM. Weekdays on KMOX.
Things in Washington, D.C. may seem unsettled at times by their lack of progress, but one department in the U.S. government is progressing. That is the IRS. Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. The IRS is in full function to collect on unpaid taxes. If you've been putting off a tax problem, it's time to call the Lance Story Law Firm and get it resolved. Don't think the government is too busy to focus on my issues. Too many of my clients thought the same. So if you owe back taxes or haven't filed returns in years, it's time to call the Lance Story Law Firm and finally resolve your tax issues. Remember, if you have tax problems, you have legal problems. Call the Lance Story Law Firm. Our office is right here in St. Louis. Or call 314-260-6120 or visit LanceStoryLaw.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm, the Lance Story Law Firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Saving money on your next lighting project at Menards. Find your style with Patriot Lighting. Menards has a variety of styles and finishes to complement your decor, match your unique style, and add a comfortable and inviting atmosphere to any space. Shop our great in-stock and online selection of Patriot Lighting. And check out our weekly flyer on menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Here's Dave Murray's weather forecast.
Sunshine and a little bit warmer going through our Tuesday afternoon. 89 should do it for the high. That's still easy to take in St. Louis in August. Clear skies, nice evening, 69 for the overnight low. Wednesday, still lots of sunshine around, but it's warmer on Wednesday. Hottest day of the week, though. Again, nothing extreme. 91 for the high Wednesday afternoon. Some clouds moving in Wednesday night. Showers after midnight, 72. Humidity's up. On Thursday, scattered showers and some thunderstorms at 85. Keep the shower and thunderstorm activity going on Thursday night. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
Honey, I found the one.
Oh, I thought I was the one.
Oh, you are, but this one's certified, background check, shows up on time, and can install all the ceiling fans.
Heating, cooling, electrical, and plumbing. Trusted pros who do it right.
Can you believe politicians nearly doubled state spending since 2019? Yeah, that's twice the rate of inflation.
What do we get for all that extra spending? Nothing.
Yeah, and get this, over 200 loopholes are buried in our tax code, written by lobbyists for wealthy corporations.
Our tax code is rigged against us.
We get taxed on our paycheck, our home, everything we buy.
I guess somebody's got to pay for all that spending.
That's why we need Amendment 5. It puts politicians on a leash.
Forces them to cut taxes and control spending, whether they like it or not.
Amendment 5 closes the loopholes, eliminates income taxes, cuts property taxes, and gives $3,000 a year to average working families.
We decide, not the politicians.
Amendment 5 is the biggest tax cut in Missouri history.
I'm voting yes on Amendment 5. Paid for by Missouri Promise PAC. Mark Ellinger, Treasurer.
In the military, the mission was clear. You knew what to do. Now, the mission has changed. Stepping into civilian life isn't about finding a job. It's finding your purpose.
I wanted a career that would leverage the skills and discipline I gained in the military. IT just felt right.
My Computer Career offers class schedules that fit into your life and skills in high demand. Put your VA benefits to work. Visit mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to jumpstart your IT career today. An Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Today, the Cards, the Yankees.
Emron Total Access 510. First pitch 6:05.
Cardinals Radio. 104.1 FM KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX. Attorney Brad Young joins us. Hello, Brad.
Hey, Dave.
Tons of stuff to talk about today. Hopefully you can stay with us for 2 segments.
Yeah, I can.
Good. Let's start with, this is like my pet issue. I take a bunch of crap from listeners because I care too much about it, but I think it's such an interesting character study. And now it's a study in the law, and that's this stupid-ass reflecting pool. And I've come to some conclusions because, I'm fascinated by Trump. And yep. I don't think he knows that we all know that he's lying in the most first grade way ever. Otherwise, he wouldn't do it because he looks so stupid. And, the whole there's sound of all this. It was vandals and they this and they that and a 300-yard slit and blah, 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 blah. And we're indicting American citizens for something that no one believes they did. And then the Department of Interior comes out and says, not vandals. It was, shoddy workmanship. And Jeanine Pirro, who's the prosecuting the AG in D.C., dismisses the case. And then Trump he's going off on her, and she folded like an umbrella. And he even says, he's like, well, it could have been some shoddy work, but it's mostly vandals. And had they only had the cameras up, we would have caught them red-handed. Like, it's so embarrassing. You know what I mean?
It is. And from a policy perspective, there are a lot of issues, Dave, that are grenades. They blow up on you with no notice, and there's nothing you can do about it. This is one of those PR issues that should never even exist. It shouldn't be a problem. He shouldn't have made an issue out of it. By making an issue out of it, then he has to come out with outlandish statements. And Jeanine Pirro did the right thing. I mean, we talked about this at the time, that most likely that those flaps of the bottom of the reflecting pool were just, garbage, and they were floating up, and a guy touches it. But that doesn't mean that he caused it to rip from the bottom of the reflecting pool. Jeanine Pirro made the right call, dismissed the charges. But it just highlights that while in some areas, Trump is so good at marshaling public opinion in a certain way, or at least getting his base to feel a certain way. But that's a two-edged sword, and this shows the weakness of some of his instincts.
Yeah, okay, 2 things. First, there are some things about Trump and policies and opinions and such that I think are really ridiculous. But if you believe them, okay, we can shake hands and agree to disagree. But if you still think vandals did this, you're stupid. You are organically unintelligent. Just go outside and practice falling down. Here's the second thing I need to tell you, and it's pretty terrible. And it's about Jeanine Pirro. Rach, brace yourself.
Okay.
I can't stand her, but I think she's kind of hot.
I knew you were going to say that.
She's my new
Nancy
Pelosi. There's something about her. Maybe it's because she's so friggin' mean. But I'm like, God, I can't stand you. I bet you look good in lingerie. So anyway, there are those 2 things. I'm on opioids right now, Brad, so I may need you to represent me later on.
Wow, let's see. That's called a BUI, isn't it? Broadcasting under the influence?
I think you're right. Yeah. Okay, the next one, unless, Rachel, you want to talk more about Jeanine?
Well, I was just going to say I saw that she and the president had like a private meeting at the White House after she dropped these.
Folded like an umbrella.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he said in a presser yesterday that she choked.
Yep.
Yeah, I hope the meeting went okay.
She just knows there's no evidence.
She just did the right thing. It's so rare that someone does the right thing around him that to him it just looks crazy.
Well, I mean, I don't know if she did the right thing as much as she did something so that she wouldn't lose her license, right? Because
there's only so much you can do, you know?
Well, I would disagree with you there because there was actually an indictment, at least on the guy who was the former Olympian. And prosecuting based upon a federal indictment, you're not going to ever get crossways with the Bar Association for malicious prosecution if you're doing it based on an indictment. However, I think
is that true? If the new evidence is coming from like the Department of Interior saying there was no vandalism, doesn't that kind of make it clear that you're not prosecuting based on evidence? It's political.
Well, it's what would be from a bar association complaint or a problem with your bar license perspective. As long as you're going from an indictment, I don't see how you could get it in trouble in any way. Because the only question is going to be, did you have a legal basis? Not that it would be successful, but did you have a legal basis to prosecute this individual? And if the indictment's there, the answer is always going to be yes.
Even if the evidence changes?
Yeah,
okay,
sure.
Okay.
Because that evidence wasn't given to the grand jury to get the indictment, nor is it required. I mean, that's the reason why everyone always says that trite saying, you can indict a ham sandwich, because the prosecutors get to cherry pick what information is given to a grand jury, and they're not required by law to give all of the information to a grand jury. So I don't see that that's a problem, but I agree with Dave that it's so rare to see someone actually do the right thing in Washington, even if they're going to face consequences for it.
So that's fascinating to me that you can gain an indictment, find out in a factual way from your own, from a government agency, it's the same government you work in, that allegation is false, but you could continue to prosecute? That seems very odd.
Sure, because here's how here's how that would happen.
Brad,
Let's play this forward.
You want me to handle this one?
Yeah, you take it, Dave. You're the expert here, buddy.
Okay, here's how it goes, Wheels. So if I'm a lawyer, a prosecutor, and I get an indictment on Rachel, and then I get exculpatory evidence, it's my duty to share that. I can't hide the donut.
Right.
And I can't allow one of my witnesses to say something that I know is a lie. Take it from there, Brad.
Yeah, but I don't know. You're doing a good job. How often do you get to use exculpatory evidence?
Every
that's
time
party
I take
talk
opioids.
right there.
I heard that on Law and Order once.
But no, then what would happen is you'd go on a motion to dismiss in front of a judge, and then the judge could dismiss the charges, which is exactly what would happen if it goes forward. But under no circumstances would the prosecutor get in trouble for doing that.
That's fascinating that you could prosecute someone didn't do it, and there's no penalty to you.
Well,
That's
isn't that the
crazy.
job, though?
No, I get it, but I mean, you should at least believe that they did it based on the evidence that you have. If you have evidence that says this person didn't do it, and you push forward, I would think there should be consequences for that.
No, because what is belief? I mean, in all honesty.
Well, it's not belief. It's actual testimony from a person who was, from a government agency that said, nope, it wasn't vandalism.
Yeah, and they could probably find 5 other people who would testify that, yes, it was vandalism if you pushed them on it. And that's what we call the battle of the experts. Listen, I deal with this every single day. It doesn't get you the attorney crossways, but that's why we have a judge to say, this is crap, this is true, here's how I'm going to rule. That's the judge's job.
So, Brad, the pool and the indictment is a real thing. I mean, it's a real thing to the people who've been indicted. But this Blanche situation affects even more people. As I understand it, months ago, they came out with this anti-weaponization fund, $1.8 billion, basically for J6ers, Trump people who've been mistreated by Biden or Obama. Plus, the Trumps get some sort of a get out of jail free for some past tax stuff. And everyone, including Republicans, blew up and said, this is insanity. You can't do this. And they very quickly said, okay, it's dead. And then a couple of I loved this one, Cornyn and Tillis, I guess it was, were holding out. Yep. And Trump, in another babyish fit of anger, said they didn't have a problem with this before I primaried them, and now I'm like, yeah, you idiot. Of course, that's the way this works. When you take away someone's job in the Senate, they're not going to be your best friend. So anyway, now they wanted him to put it in writing. I guess he has, but a lot of the pundits I've been hearing on television are saying like, oh, it's not worth the paper it's printed on.
Well, there's some truth to that. I did a deep dive into this last night, and looking at even if they put this in writing, could they still do an end around and try to come up with this fund again? And the answer is yes, but it would be difficult. It would be difficult to pull off for a number of reasons, not the least of which I think that any kind of anti-weaponization fund would be deemed unconstitutional. Because it would be a funding mechanism not approved by Congress. It would be outside the boundaries of the DOJ's ability to settle litigation. So even if it was technically resurrected at a later date, I really don't see this ever happening.
Let's take a quick break here, and when we come back, we'll talk about the current status of the war in Iran and a couple of other interesting stories that Attorney Brad Young has. Tell you guys about Bethesda. And here's the deal. If you are not thinking about moving personally, to an independent living center, or if you don't have parents or grandparents who are looking at assisted living or skilled nursing, this doesn't mean a whole lot to you. All I could ask you to do is file it away, the back of your brain, so that in a few months or a couple of years, when you are in this situation, you can say, who is that company that Glover talked about that his mom, that's where she passed away. But if you are having this situation going on now, I can offer you a resource that I did not have. When I picked Bethesda, I got lucky because I picked it off of a piece of paper that the rehab handed me after my mom fell and had, a rod put down her femur. And I'm like, okay, let's pick the top one. And I got very fortunate. But I can offer you Michelle, who has been one of the top executives at Bethesda Health for 31 years now. And she's a wonderful person. You're really going to love her, heart of gold. And she can give you the benefit of all of her knowledge, not just about our company, but like, hey, look, I'm looking somewhere that you guys aren't. She will help you out. All you have to do to learn about not just Bethesda's facilities, but assisted living and skilled nursing and hospice and memory care, go to BethesdaHealth.org, click on the Contact Us button, introduce yourself, let her know you're from the show, would like to talk to Michelle, and they'll get back to you.
The soundtrack of classic rock is coming to Hollywood Casino Amphitheater August 6th. Leonard Skinner and Foreigner joining forces for one epic night of legendary hits and unforgettable memories. It's the Double Trouble Double Vision Tour. From Sweet Home Alabama to Cold as Ice. Don't miss your chance to experience these two rock and roll Hall of Fame acts in one incredible show. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. For more info, KMOX.com/events.
SNL Coin. We buy gold and silver coins, silver and gold jewelry. Also buying gold-filled and silver plate. Before you sell, call SNL. 314-544-3600. 314-544-3600. SNL Coin.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Summer is waning, sadly, I know, but you've had enough time now to really assess how your outdoor space is working. Is it working for you? You've probably noticed whether the deck is starting to buckle or splinter and needs replacing, or you'd really like a fence to separate you and your neighbor. Whatever it is in your outdoor space, it's never too late to call Chesterfield Fence and Deck, the sign you have the very best. Now, what does that mean, the sign you have the very best? Well, first of all, Chesterfield Fence and Deck has been around for 58 years. A third-generation, locally owned family company. They also have an incredible reputation because they only use the best quality materials, and they have their own installation crews, which is very important because they have years of experience. And Chesterfield Fence and Deck is going to stand behind everything they do. When you mention me, Debbie Monterey, they'll also take 20% off your next outdoor project. So go with the best. It's Chesterfield Fence and Deck. You can visit them in person, or they'll come to you, or visit online now at chesterfieldfence.com.
Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons. And lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Attorney Brad Young is with us. Brad, let's talk about the current status of the war in Iran. I am getting really concerned because I've never really considered what if America ran out of weapons. That just didn't seem like something possible. And now I've seen the numbers. We've gone from like 2,300 of these down to 750 of these. And Wheels, on your show sheet, you're saying that our long-range effective missiles are kind of gone. And
that was a Reuters story, too, by the way, so it's not some rando just making things up.
Yeah, it's just not going well. And I think the president is absolutely befuddled. And he just keeps like, last chance. This is last chance. One more. Okay, this is it. I'm going to bomb the hell out of you. Like, it's not working, dude. I think Iran, as evil as they are, have played this perfectly.
Let me break down a couple of things. First of all, I follow military tech very, very closely. And I saw that Reuters piece this morning. I question that. That's based upon the statement of one person from within the Pentagon. But I also know that as before the Iran war started, that we had an excess of 2,500 Tomahawk. That's our best long-range land attack missiles. We had about 2,500 of them. And I've also seen multiple stories that says we fired about 1,000 during the Iran war. So we've just got about 1,500 left. That's a lot of firepower. Secondly, the Trump administration has signed deals with Northrop, with a couple of different defense contractors, including Raytheon, to quadruple the production of all of our long-range attack missiles. So I don't see that that's a real issue. Plus now, we're not using Tomahawks. We're using airdropped munitions because there's no air defense over Iran right now. We have total air superiority and dominance. So that's not really a big issue. Secondly, though, here's what I think is fascinating about the negotiations. Trump says we're close to a deal. Bessent says we're close to a deal. Iran says we're not even talking. So how do you reconcile those? Well, Iran is lying and being, I won't say lying, they're being deceptive, just like a lot of times American presidents can be deceptive. Right now, Iran is negotiating, but they're doing it with Qatar, they're doing it with Oman, and they're doing it with Pakistan. And reports from Al Jazeera this morning indicate that they are close to a deal, but Iran is not talking directly to the United States. So as we talked about last week, and I hate to say I told you so, but last week I said, we're not going to get any deal done here unless we get the Arab countries in the area to join in, participate, and spearhead negotiations. That happened over the weekend, and now I do think we're probably close to a deal.
Man, I hope you're right.
Well, we had a deal a while ago, right?
We've had a
right,
few.
but we've had a lot, right? So Wheels, here, let me clarify this, okay? We could have a deal tomorrow, and then we could have no deal 3 days later.
I know,
okay?
it's frustrating.
Yeah, we could, and that's clearly possible.
Brad, what's your favorite story that you send over to Andrew? We'll do whichever one you want to do.
Well, the one I think is the most interesting is dealing with the judge in New York that's banning face coverings for ICE, because New York and a lot of blue states have filed these laws that say if you're an ICE agent, you can't wear a mask. If you're an ICE agent, you can't do this or that. And I've always said those are unconstitutional. And a New York judge came out today and said that very thing. States can't dictate what federal authorities do because of the supremacy clause of the Constitution. But the judge also held that states can tell their own law enforcement officials not to cooperate with the feds, because that's also legal. A state can say, feds, you do whatever you want under federal law, but we're not required to help you. and that's also legal. So as we move forward with all of this ICE, whether it's in Illinois, New York, Connecticut, a lot of these states are doing this. There are boundaries on what states can and cannot do.
Wheels?
I don't know. I thought I again, is another issue that confuses me because no other law enforcement has to cover themselves, cover their faces, hide their identities. In fact, every other law enforcement group has to wear a badge with their name and number on it. And I don't think we would be cool if the St. Louis Police Department all of a sudden was just masked up everywhere they went. And I think it's interesting that we also have this same time, like we've got a political group, a political party that wants to leave some things to the state, but then not other things to the states. Like, do we want states' rights or do we not? Because to me, it should be consistent.
Brad, what can you tell us about this supremacy clause that they cited as a reason to allow ICE to keep covering their face?
Well, the supremacy clause under the Constitution, and Dave, if you want to tag team in here, go right ahead, buddy.
I was just going to handle it, but you take a shot. You take a shot.
The supremacy clause in the Constitution states that in any area that's covered by federal jurisdiction, the federal government shall prevail over the state government. That's why states can't create their own money, okay? Because that's covered by the feds. And in this instance, immigration is covered by the feds. So you can't have a state dictating what the federal authorities are doing when it comes to immigration, because that's an exclusively federal issue.
So if the American people wanted to change this, would we have to amend the Constitution somehow?
Yes,
Okay.
which is effectively never going to happen.
You know, Brad, I don't know if
Interesting
you
stuff.
feel this way. I was lamenting last week on the show that the older that I get, the less math I can do and the worse my spelling is. And it's not like I think I could just go back to being a lawyer tomorrow and be effective, but it's surprising to me how much I remember about promissory estoppel and adverse possession. Like, law school does a real number on you.
Yeah, it does. But don't ask me what covenant that runs with the land. Don't ask me anything about that. I got no clue.
I'll save that one for you guys for later.
How was your first year of law school?
Interesting. My first semester, I got all D's in every class. And the second semester, I got straight A's. And the difference, how do I go from straight D's to straight A's, is because I had that epiphany of law school isn't looking for the right answer. There never is a right answer. The only question is how well can you argue whichever issue you want to take or answer you want to take. I didn't understand that the first semester, all D's. I got it during the second semester, all A's, and that made all the difference in the world.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Tell you guys about Universal Windows Direct. And again, sort of like what I was talking about with Bethesda Health. Not only not everyone, but most of you are not going to be in the market for replacement windows right now. But KMOX and DGS has a big enough audience that, a couple hundred of you probably will. And I'm telling you that if you have any trust in me at all, even if you only trust me to protect myself, I can pick and choose who I want to represent these days after 26 years of doing this, and I picked Universal. And I picked them because they were straightforward, because they weren't into shenanigans. They weren't going to waste any time or money trying to make little mini movies on television about how funny they are. Just tell me about your damn windows. And their windows are great. They are guaranteed by a lifetime guarantee, lifetime warranty, a 20-year warranty that you can pass on to people who buy your house down the road. That's a nice little closer. Right now, they have a deal for you where you buy 4 windows. You get 4 windows for free, 48 months, 0% interest, same as cash financing. So give them a call. You can also go to Universal Windows Direct, 314-334-2522.
There are many reasons to hire Morgan & Morgan for your injury case. Here's reason 17. In today's new world, many law firms have had money injected into their firms by Wall Street, private equity, and other lenders. This money usually comes in at very, very high interest rates. It's one of the reasons you see so many lawyers advertising. I'm John Morgan. This money is expensive and the interest compounds quickly. These law firms can have a huge need for cash just to pay that debt. Why does it matter to you? My fear is your case is settled early and for far less than it's worth, just to service the loan that has mafia-like rates. Our financial strength is your advantage. That plus our reputation makes our firm your firm. Visit forthepeople.com to see our results and verdicts. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
Today, we're constantly taking photos and videos to remember our favorite moments. But what about those captured before the smartphone? What about the memories tucked away on aging VHS tapes, film reels, or in fading photos?
These cherished memories are fading away with time, vulnerable to threats like heat, moisture, and mold. But fear not, there's a solution to safeguard your legacy. Hi, I'm Adam.
And I'm Nick. Together we founded Legacy Box over a decade ago with one mission, to bring your memories into the 21st century.
It's time to bid farewell to old tapes you can't watch and faded photos. Legacy Box transforms them into digital treasures, ready to share with a click.
Just like magic, your shoebox of memories is now safely stored in the cloud or on a thumb drive.
Over 1 million families have trusted Legacy Box, so you can rest assured your priceless moments are in good hands.
Don't let your childhood fade away on old tapes. It's time to digitize those priceless moments.
Fast forward into the digital age. Visit legacybox.com/radio. That's legacybox.com/radio.
You know, most sellers put their home on the market and they just wait to see what happens. Well, I'm Kevin Wheeler, and I'm here with Gloria Liu with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. And Gloria, is there a better way to sell?
There is. Instead of listing your home the traditional way and hoping for the right buyer, I can get you up to 8 competitive cash offers right from the start. That means you're not guessing what your home might sell for. You're looking at the real offers and choosing the one that works the best for you. It also helps you to set the right price and create stronger demand if you decide to go to market. It gives you control, leverage, and a clear path forward before you accept just any offer. And remember, I'll guarantee to sell your home at 100% of the market value, or I'll pay you the difference.
Before you sell your home, see what your options are. Call the one that I trust. That's Gloria Liu, 314-325-6888, or visit gloriahasthebuyers.com. That's gloriahasthebuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession.
Celebrating 100 years of informing and entertaining. KMOX AM St. Louis, KMOX FM Hazelwood, the voice of St. Louis.
At 2 o'clock, we have partly sunny skies, 86 degrees downtown at the Arch. I'm Megan Lynch. Following public outcry over higher insurance rates in Illinois, Governor J.B. Pritzker signs a new law to regulate increases in both home and auto insurance. The law goes into effect next July. It gives the State Department of Insurance the ability to determine if a rate is excessive, inadequate, or unfairly discriminatory. It also prohibits insurance companies from raising a consumer's premium by more than 10% without notifying them. Barnes Jewish Hospital, Missouri Baptist Medical Center, and Mercy Hospital St. Louis, the top 3 regional hospitals in Missouri, based on new rankings by U.S. News and World Report. Senior health data analyst Chelsea Wen says Missouri Baptist got high marks in 20 of 23 categories.
For example, they're high performing in heart arrhythmia, hip replacement, knee replacement. So that means that they're doing really well on those outcomes.
Wen was a guest on Total Information AM. She notes Barnes Jewish is nationally ranked as 11th in the nation for diabetes and endocrinology. A man has been shot in South City after allegedly stealing a sheriff deputy's vehicle.
The deputy was serving judicial papers in South City on the 3600 block of Montana when he left his gray Toyota Camry unattended and running, according to St. Louis City Police. The suspect jumped into the vehicle and drove off with it, with the deputy catching up a few blocks later. The deputy told police he saw the suspect going through his car and opened fire with his service weapon, striking the man twice. Police spokesman Mitch McCoy.
After the shooting occurred, the suspect drove to an alley behind the street here on Merrimack, where he abandoned the vehicle and actually flagged down some SLMPD officers.
McCoy says the suspect told the officers he was shot, and only when the deputy arrived did they learn he was the shooter. McCoy says the suspect's wounds are not life-threatening. Sean Malone, KMOX News.
Many kids no longer have textbooks. Dr. Jared Cooney-Horvath says three-dimensional learning, words on a page in a book, is very important for our memory, and every book has an unchanging three-dimensional location.
Every word has a very static place that will never change. When we read that same exact stuff on a screen, there is no three-dimensional location, so an entire aspect of human memory gets dumped. So what happens with digital text is after about 4 minutes, your brain basically sends you a signal that says, we're not actually learning this. Like, we don't know where any of this is supposed to go. So we just start skimming.
Some schools are now moving away from tech in early grades. Horvath was a guest on KMOX's Chris and Amy.
Sunshine and a little bit warmer going through our Tuesday afternoon. 89 should do it for the high. That's still easy to take in St. Louis in August. Clear skies, nice evening, 69 for the overnight low. Wednesday, still lots of sunshine around, but it's warmer on Wednesday. Hottest day of the week, though. Again, nothing extreme. 91 for the high Wednesday afternoon. Some clouds moving in Wednesday night. Showers after midnight, 72. Humidity's up. On Thursday, scattered showers and some thunderstorms at 85. Keep the shower and thunderstorm activity going on Thursday night. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
We do have partly sunny skies, 88 in Florissant, 89 in St. Peters, 88 downtown at the Arch. I'm Megan Lynch, KMOX News.
Sandberg Phoenix serves your business in litigation, intellectual property, and products liability. We're more than a law firm. We're committed to your success. Learn more at sandbergphoenix.com. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Our conversation with Mike Claiborne is sponsored by Rawlings. Visit the Rawlings Experience at Westport.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. What a treat. We get to talk to the legend himself, my good pal, Mike Claiborne. What's up, Claibs?
It's all good, man. How are you guys doing today?
Doing okay, brother. I had to have emergency surgery yesterday on a skin infection. That's the way I roll.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I just keep getting sexier. I don't know how to stop it, but yeah, I had like a golf ball removed from behind my ear yesterday.
Well, but you know what? Women like those scars of battle.
Oh, I'm set.
So I think it's going to certainly help you.
I'm set.
With your pursuit of happiness. So, chicks dig scars, man.
So, big day in Cardinals Nation. We're going to talk about that. But first, I would be remiss if I didn't start with the sports story of the day. It turns out an 80-year-old golfer has won his 43rd club championship by shooting a 70. The President of the United States has done something that Arnold Palmer never did. I think we should take a moment and celebrate that.
Well, you know what? For putt-putt courses all over the country, I'm sure that it is something that they are certainly beaming about. You know, when I read that story, I was like, okay, let's pump the brakes here. Okay, I mean, we know this particular president likes to play golf, and that's great. You know, we all have to have some sort of recreational activity. But let's not get carried away here. I mean, we all know golfers who are far better than him that don't have this sort of record. And I don't care if you own the course or not. You know, that doesn't mean anything. But it was probably one of those things where when you need a morning laugh, that was it for me.
Yeah. I think Arnold Palmer shot a 71 at 71, and people said that was one of the greatest athletic feats of all time. So just ridiculous.
Well, maybe he was playing for the women's tees. You never know.
Yeah, could be.
Even that, I say no chance. Even you cut that distance, there's no way.
Yeah.
I've seen his swing. It's not that good.
Wheels, I'm going to turn this over.
You know what? He and Charles Barkley have one thing in common. Swings you don't want to use, you don't want to look at.
Yeah. I don't know. Charles might be uglier. His is pretty bad.
You know, Vic has a good idea.
Although, you know what? I'll tell you something. It's gotten better. His swing is a little better than what it used to be.
Good.
Yeah, that doesn't mean he can shoot a 70, nor the other guy. But that's another story for
Maybe on
another
the first
day.
9.
Claves, before we get into the Cardinals and the trade deadline, we're doing the Sweet 16 later, and the Sweet 16 is the best sports nicknames of all time. What's yours?
Ooh, man, that is a great call. Jeez. Man, I got to think about that one. Babe?
Mm-hmm.
Babe Ruth would be one. Gosh. I'd have to think through Dr. J.
Yeah. That's one
I
of
mean,
mine,
that
too.
said it all for me.
Yeah.
Because he was one of my idols, so I would go with him.
He was an era.
Yes. I wanted to be like him. I remember when he was playing, he wore knee braces. And when I was in high school, I wore knee braces. There was nothing wrong with my knees. I just want to look like him.
That
So
red, white, and blue ball.
that would be one. Gosh, it's who. There's got to be a football one we're not thinking of here.
Sweetness isn't bad.
Sweetness. Just trying to think of anything baseball-wise where you knew him by that name other than his name on his driver's license.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you got the man.
Buster Posey. Buster Posey.
Yeah.
He would be one. I mean, everybody knew him as Buster.
You got the Big Hurt.
Big Hurt would be one. Or when you're really good, they only use one name to describe you.
Mm-hmm.
That ought to, or Junior. Everybody knows who Ken Griffey Jr. is, or Michael. Those are the ones that stand out. Like Magic Johnson, that would be one. Magic would be one. And the people who really, Pat Riley only called him Buck or Irvin, never called him Magic.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, so.
Wheels, why don't you
hey,
take...
you know what I did today?
What's that?
I went to the MLB offices today and sat in the replay center and watch how they break down replays during games and the balls and strike, the ABS. It is fascinating, the information and the views and the angles that they have. And Mason Wynn and I went, Craig Wilson from the Cardinals, we all went over, and it was just a really impressive setup that they have over there. And if you ever come to New York, you got to go into the MLB building. They have so much interesting stuff going on there.
Does it make you more confident in the calls, Claves?
Yes, it really did. It really did. And it was interesting. There was a play we had last night at second base. Runner was trying to steal a bag, and he slid in the second base head first, and he came off the bag by just a hair, and Mason held the glove on him. And his glove brushed his knee, and that's all they needed to call the runner out. I mean, and Mason was like, I wasn't sure if I got him or not last night. Mm-hmm. And so he said, after looking at that, I'm still not sure if I got him, but they said I did. I mean, it was fascinating.
That's cool.
So I did that today. And then I went out, and it's right in the heart of the shopping district in Manhattan. So I'm down large after this trip, man. I may have to go find something else to do. But the weather's spectacular here. Everybody's moving around.
Nice.
I think we're gonna have a good crowd tonight at Yankee Stadium. Saw John Hamm last night. Talked to him for a little bit. People show up for the Cardinals when they come to New York.
You know what? This is why we love sports. I went through every emotion during the game last night.
You. All I'm going to say is I know one person in uniform that said, I know there was a record for most home runs hit by two teams in Yankee Stadium. He said there should be another record for the one word I kept saying all night long. There should be a record for that word, too. And I'm sure you guys can come up with what that word was. But it was that sort of game, man. I mean, as John Rooney said it best, he said, we won the first half, and they almost won the second half. But I've never seen home runs hit like that. And the way the Cardinals came back after being down in the eighth inning, it was one of the most memorable games I've been part of.
That was so many things, like so many lives lived in the middle of that, Claves, where You know,
Yeah.
you're facing a guy that very likely will win the American League Cy Young Award in Cam Schlittler, and you beat him up, which is
Just jumped all over him.
I mean, like for 8 weeks, this team hasn't hit, and all of a sudden you're facing this guy, and you're just like eating him alive, get him out of the game, and then they have their big inning because you know your starter Michael McGreevy came out with 91 pitches before he finished even the 5th inning, and your bullpen gave it up in a big way, and then all of a sudden the explosion. That was one of the most fun innings of offense I think we've seen from this team in a long time.
I couldn't agree with you more. And, you know, talking to Alec Burleson after the game and started, I said, have you ever hit 3 home runs anywhere? Little league, you know, high school.
It's super rare, man.
And he said, I don't think so. He said, I don't think so. I said, well, you would have known had you done it, so you probably haven't.
Yeah.
But, you know, and you throw in the whole trade deadline and everything that was going on with that and the emotions that were riding on that, circle that day on the calendar, man. I don't know where we're going to go from here, but this is one that brings everyone together.
Claves, it's going to be really fascinating. I mean, the way that the team is building forward, you know, clearly, you know, Lars Nootbaar subtracted from the roster, and Cesar Prieto is getting called up today. And I'm sure you could speak to this, and you guys will on the broadcast, at least to some degree, because we're getting a lot of buzz. I'm getting a lot of reaction on Twitter, things like that, where people are wondering, where's Joshua Baez? Well, I can't imagine there's a scenario where we're going to see Baez before we get past mid-August, because at the very least, not only do you want to make sure he's ready and playing well and all that, but you don't want to waste the Rookie of the Year eligibility for next year, because if you bring him up now, there's a good chance that goes away. If you wait 10 days, then that's not even a concern for the rest of the year.
Exactly. You hit it spot on. That's why J.J. Weatherholt didn't play last year.
Right.
And there's a plus to that. And throw in the fact that if there's a lockout and he's on the floor and you play him, you know, then he can't play in the minors next year if the minor league schedule goes on. So there are a lot of things that go into roster structure. And we're going to have Chaim Bloom on, I think, in the 4th inning tonight. So for everybody to tune in, he may be able to shed even more light on the direction and why they're doing what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, what they're doing makes complete sense. You know, like this is.
Yeah, I agree.
You didn't play well enough in the 6 weeks leading up to this point to justify adding. You can still finish well and compete and do all of those things, because some of the guys you moved, you didn't. I mean, like for example, you didn't have Newt the first 2 months, and you were competitive those first couple of months. You can live without that. It's going to be tough to replace May, but you also have Dobbins, who's now up and starting today, and Quinn Matthews, who got sent down today, but can come back, you know, in what, 8, 9, 10 days to be back if you need another guy in the rotation.
We'll see him again.
Yeah. I mean,
I
we'll
think, see him again, so I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, it's just it's a fascinating thing that, you know, the problem, you know, is going to be, to me anyway, the problem is going to be, are you going to get enough offense from the second half of the lineup? You know, the top 4 have been pretty good all year. After that, it's been pretty thin. And then can the bullpen hold up? Because, you know, if the starters aren't going to go deeper, and I get why they don't, 91 pitches is a lot before the 5th inning, it's going to be tough to maintain this pen, although you are adding at least one major league piece in Caleb Ferguson.
Yeah, and I think he's going to be a good plus because we have another left-handed option.
Yeah.
And that's something we didn't have for a while. So I agree with you on that front. So I like our direction. I like what they're doing. You know, this is a year of evaluation of assets and what you need, and I think we kind of have come to the conclusion on what is needed. But I think the spirit and the culture of this team and the players that are on it, they want to be part of the growth. You don't have guys saying, "Get me out of here. I want to go somewhere else." They want to be part of this because they've all come up together. You know, they're all coached and managed by the same people, and I think they feel like they owe it to each other to give the effort that they're going to need in order to be successful.
All right, last thing I got, Claves, because, I mean, you've got more years than me covering this team and being around it, and I've got 20, so you know this stuff better than I do. Can you remember a time where the Cardinals farm system was this deep with power bats, power arms? You know, the guys they added yesterday from Milwaukee, Ragsdale and Frias, are both really high-end young outfielders. Frias is already like their number 4 prospect, and he's only 18 and a guy that they think is going to grow into a lot of real power. I can't, in 20 years, remember the Cardinals system being this deep with guys that possess the power on both sides of it, the offensive power and the pitching side power.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin, that's a good point. I think that, this might be, and I think it's only going to get deeper, to be honest with you, because there's some kids that they have that have really made some real impact.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know if there's a guy that throws 105 miles an hour other than Clark, but I think, we've gotten away from pitch to contact. We're swinging and missing now. And I think that that's something that plays well at the big league level. And I like the fact that we've invested in coaches and developmental people in the minor leagues. They're teaching the game the way it should be taught. We have more boots on the ground for that. And I know people say, well, they didn't spend any money on players. No, they spent money on developing players. And once you have that system rolling, you can be the Dodgers and make those multiplayer deals because you have so much talent in your farm system and you're making trades to get other talent to use in order to make other trades if you need to. So I'm liking the direction. It's going to take a little time, but I think we're closer than I think we thought we would be.
Claibs, our buddy Ed Curtis is on the stream watching. He says hello. Have a great time in the Big Apple, and we'll talk to you soon, my pal.
Well, mission accomplished on a great time in the Big Apple. I've already got that taken care of. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. We got to figure out who our fourth is for dinner, Dave.
Let's do it. None of these
All right,
fools
man.
in the room
See
with
you guys
me.
later.
All right, pal.
See you, Claibs.
Cardinals fans, this is Ricky Horton. Have you ever had a dream of meeting your favorite former Cardinals? You can make those dreams come true all season long with St. Louis Cardinals alumni experiences. You can join me and other former Cardinals players at events including Cardinals Conversations, Fans at Bat, Turn 2 with Ozzie, Cardinals Kids Clinics, and Cardinals Fantasy Camps. Don't miss your chance to make lifelong memories. Visit cardinals.com/alumni for more information.
If you're craving baseball conversations about your favorite players, alumni, and franchise memories, you'll love that Cardinals Magazine is dedicated to the stories that matter most to you. From Gold Gloves to championship rings, from the Wizard and Willie to Albert, Yachty, Uncle Charlie, and well beyond. Their careers define our pages. Treat yourself or a friend to a subscription today at cardinals.com/magazine. Cardinals Magazine, past, present, and future, it's all here.
Hey everyone, Boomer Esiason here. If anyone knows about diehard sports fans, it's me. I get to live and breathe the excitement of the season all year long. Now for advertisers, that passion matters. It's exactly why sports radio performs for brands. People who listen to sports on radio via streaming or on sports podcasts are nearly 3 times more likely to consider a brand that supports their favorite team. So if you are interested in reaching sports fans, we have the playbook for you. Check out our comprehensive ebook, State of Audio, Sports Fandom. Check out stateofaudio.com.
So I'm kind of a weird guy, as you know. When I go places I haven't been, even fun places like a new restaurant or back in the days when I used to travel and, go to resorts and things like that, I always wanted the most information I could get. And if you're like that, let me tell you, rather than being hyperbolic about Mike and Michael's Flooring, been with me for 24 years, here's what it's like. So 3 locations, and they couldn't be more flooring stores. They're not huge. They're not small. They're not opulent. They're not threadbare. They're flooring stores. They look exactly like flooring stores. You go in. There'll be more people working than are there probably because they're well staffed. Hi, how are you? Anything I can help you with? I would lead with, I heard about you on the DGS because for a quarter century now, most of their leads have come from this show. So they're going to roll out the red carpet, no pun, but they're not going to bother you. They're not going to chase you. They're not going to follow you. But when it comes time to say, you know what, I'm interested in this. I'm interested in the middle of the road, Coronet, Berber, XYZ. They'll give you their actual opinion, which another thing I love. I love going to a restaurant. Hey, what's good on the menu tonight? Chef really likes the halibut. So to me, it's the best way to shop. No one's going to hover, but no one's going to ignore. You can find the closest of the 3 locations to you by going to michaelsflooringoutlet.com.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for buying gas. That's right. You can earn cash back with Upside just for buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside, and just last year, I made nearly $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get cash back? If you like extra cash,
Download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back when you fill your tank. Use promo code FRESH to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Oh, hey, Sarah. Did you hear my daughter Katie got Camper of the Week?
That's a big deal.
We got a big deal too, right, Mom?
Honey, shh.
What's that?
Okay, that Hyundai Santa Fe, I only paid.
Nice.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days, or 1.9% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Plug-in Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Offers end September 8th. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
This summer, local events are happening all over the place, and i3 Broadband is a big part of it. At i3, we love being part of the neighborhood and are proud to support the events that make our communities great. We're also proud to deliver 100% fiber-to-home internet, recognized as Greater St. Louis's next-door neighborhood fave. We give you lightning-fast speeds and reliable performance. Head over to i3broadband.com/radio today or call 866-806-5485 to upgrade, because life runs better on fiber, and i3 Broadband is here for you.
100 years, one legendary voice. We live KMOX's century of service, classic audio, photos, videos, and more at KMOX100.com.
I can almost guarantee you that KMOX is the only radio station in the country playing Huffamoose today.
Who to what the?
Huffamoose.
What's that?
It's a great band from the 90s. Very sexy song. One that makes me think of you.
Oh, well, hey.
Now you know what friggin' Huffamoose is, don't you?
Like, every song makes you think of me, though.
Not all in good light, though.
That's true. That's a good point.
Some of them get me angry.
Some of them are
That's
like,
that's a really funny
Wheeler.
concept. Like, you have the songs that make you think of people. It's funny. It's a funny concept to have a song that makes you think of someone, but like think of how much you hate them.
Right.
Oh, this song always reminds me of Kevin and
What
how
a
much I hate his
jerk.
guts.
What a jerk. Rachel, Andrew, do you know who Charlie Hull, the golf player, is?
No.
I know he's a golf player.
No,
I
you
just
don't.
found that out.
It's a she.
I know she's a golf.
She's very attractive and became a sensation because she smokes on.
Oh, this
on
is
the
her.
course.
Okay, yeah. I kind of love her.
And
I don't
she-
know anything about her
Okay.
other than the fact that she smokes.
Yeah,
Kinda like
same
that.
with me. Same with me.
I like that.
She is under fire because she played a prank on her caddy. And
Yeah.
she went out and had a fake lottery ticket made that showed that he won $100,000.
That's horrible.
That's not good.
Well, there we go.
That's not funny.
I love pranks. I don't think that's a funny prank to do to people.
Especially like
Any people.
She smokes, Kevin.
Well, it's especially not funny when it's she probably has millions of dollars. I'm
Yeah.
assuming her caddy does not.
Right.
So to be like, guess what? You're gonna be rich like me. Just kidding. Like,
Yeah, like, that's the-
really mean.
That's what makes it like it would be mean enough if like I did it to someone on like an equal economic level, but if somebody like much richer than me did
Yeah,
that
that's-
prank to
that's
me,
wrong.
That does add a level of jerk to it, doesn't it?
Charlie, I don't care how cool you look when you're smoking on the golf course. I'm done with you.
Yeah, you
that's-
can be
I
hot and a
I
jerk at
care,
the same
Charlie.
time.
I care.
I've seen those though. Those are the ones that are like people will do it to their family members. I've seen people do it to like their dads, and like That's not funny.
It's not. 'Cause
I mean,
it's like,
I like pranks. That one's not funny because that person literally is going, I just won all this money. What am I going to spend it on? And then you're like, ha ha, you're an idiot.
That would be terrible.
Yeah, you know what? Better take up your stresses again. I know they all just melted away because
Right.
you thought you were financially free, but
Right.
no.
Did she do it to see how the
Idiot.
caddy would react like towards her? See if the caddy would be like, I'm out of here.
Was it a loyalty
Can't
test?
stand you.
It's a loyalty test. Like, I hated you all along.
I've been waiting for this moment.
I don't like loyalty tests, period. Do you guys
No.
ever see on social media where
Yes.
it's like, hey, they'll go to like a hot girl on social media and be like, I want you to test my boyfriend, like send him a DM and
Right,
see how
right.
he reacts. Like, well, now you're asking for bad things to happen. Like, I do not approve of that type of
Yeah,
thing.
if you like DM my boyfriend to see if he responds and that'll prove he's loyal. He's like, well, it sounds like, I don't know.
Sounds
it's
like you hate him already.
Yes, it sounds like you're just looking for a reason to not be with him, and you're like causing problems.
We found a prank that Wheeler doesn't like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not cool. And it has never happened to me, so it's not because somebody did it and I got mad. First of all, I would not.
We didn't
believe
think
it.
that until you brought it up.
No.
Now we're all
I just wanna
kind of
be clear.
wondering.
It's not about a personal bias. It's just a really jerky thing to do.
No, it would have been amazing if you said, you know what, this happened to me.
Yeah. But now we all think it did happen to you because you were like, and to be clear,
Just to be
this
clear,
has never even happened to me before.
Be clear,
Yeah.
Ben Boyd didn't do it.
No. Well, first of all, if he did, he would have paid for it.
Ooh.
There would have been some bad payback for that.
You kissed him real hard.
Oh no!
I'd have given him a lottery ticket for $200,000.
I should take opiates every show.
I'm enjoying the thought of like maybe Dave didn't have a problem with this, and now he's like putting aside his fake lottery tickets for us right now. Like, oh, they don't like it, so they don't think it's funny.
Not funny.
Don't open that letter.
I'll tell you guys about Stewie at Stewart's American Mortgage, and Stewie has asked me to thank you guys because he is finding the DGS fandom delightful and saying that you're smart and you get down to business. He's really been able to help a lot of people. At the end of this, I'm going to give you his cell phone number. Use it liberally. Reach out to him if you just have questions. Like, don't feel like you have to be ready to sign on the dotted line. Stewie does mortgages. He does them different than anyone in St. Louis. He's the only one who has chosen to take money out of his own pocket and pay for your fees. That's why the bagel loan is called the bagel loan, because the bagel looks like a zero, and with Stewie, you pay zero fees. So right from the start, no one can touch him on the financial terms. He's also offering you something very fortuitous right now, because everyone's worried about interest rates and what are they going to do. And he is offering all of you for a new 30-year mortgage to pay 1% less on your interest rate for the first 12 months than what you have coming. Let's say that you qualify for a 6% loan. Stewie's going to lower it to 5% for the first 12 months, hoping that by that time or a little bit after, the rates naturally come down. You can do a refinancing and get back down to sanity. Here's his cell phone, 314-324-4440. Text him with any questions at all. Give him a call, 314-324-4440, NMLS 226715.
Chris Ronchi and Amy Markscores connect you with the people, places, and conversations that bring our community together.
And now you get to hear about poo-poo in a box from a firefighter.
No, come on.
The hammerhead worm. And you get to hear about car fires.
And sinkholes.
And sinkholes. I love our newsroom. I think they're doing a great job.
From neighborhood happenings to local heroes, from everyday challenges to unforgettable stories. Chris and Amy, weekdays from 9 to noon on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Dave Murray's weather forecast is sponsored by Chesterfield Fence and Deck. Chesterfield Fence and Deck is your premier provider of fences, decks, patios, sunrooms, and more. Call them for a free estimate today. Now offering 20% off your next outdoor project. Chesterfield Fence and Deck, chesterfieldfence.com.
Sunshine and a little bit warmer going through our Tuesday afternoon. 89 should do it for the high. That's still easy to take in St. Louis in August. Clear skies, nice evening, 69 for the overnight low. Wednesday, still lots of sunshine around, but it's warmer on Wednesday. Hottest day of the week, though. Again, nothing extreme. 91 for the high Wednesday afternoon. Some clouds moving in Wednesday night, showers after midnight, 72. Humidity's up. On Thursday, scattered showers and some thunderstorms at 85. Keep the shower and thunderstorm activity going on Thursday night. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
It's 2:32. This time check is sponsored by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
The radical left let crime and drugs pour into our nation, and they let biological men into girls' sports. But here in Missouri, if there's a problem, we fix it. That's why Ann Wagner's fixing the mess the radical left made and delivering for us. Wagner voted to ban biological men from competing in girls' sports, and she voted to fund the police and provide more resources for Border Patrol agents, keeping our families, communities, and children safe. And Ann Wagner didn't stop there. In Congress, Wagner passed the largest working class tax cut in American history, kept big government out of our business, protected our way of life, and ensured our communities remain safe. That's why Ann Wagner's endorsed by the Missouri Farm Bureau and Missouri Fraternal Order of Police. Vote Ann Wagner for Congress on August 4th.
I'm Ann Wagner, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Ann Wagner for Congress.
Your bathroom should feel less routine and more daily escape. At Michael's Baths, they can transform ordinary bathrooms into a beautiful, comfortable space for homeowners across St. Louis and surrounding areas. And now they're introducing new premium walls. If you love the look of stone without the upkeep, you're going to love this. Sleek, durable, designed to elevate your space. For a limited time, enjoy a free rain shower head or upgrade with safety features like grab bars or a built-in seat. Call Michael's Baths today and schedule a free consultation. 636-775-0800.
Today, the Cards, the Yankees.
Emron Total Access 510. First pitch 6:05.
Cardinals Radio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX. It's election day. We have Ian Mackey coming in later on the show. We'll talk all about that. Hey, no more political ads after this. Well, I mean, we'll still have them, but
Maybe not as heavy.
maybe not as heavy.
I
mean,
voted
November's
today.
still coming.
Yeah. November seems less important.
In a lot of these things, it is. Yeah. The primaries are what it's all about within each party. Yeah.
I voted across the street, Central Library.
There you go. Good
Yeah,
for
because
you.
the city has all these like universal polling locations.
Yeah.
Like you can just vote wherever. And I said that is quite convenient.
People have been going out of their way to vote at the library today, as I understand it, because they have extra cute stickers.
They do. I actually posted one to my Instagram story.
Very nice.
It says I think it says can't shush this.
Can't shush?
Can't shush this. I voted at St. Louis Public Library.
Like a library, you know.
Like
so
can't touch
can't
this,
be-
but can't shush this.
I
can't,
gotcha.
Can't silence this voice.
It's not too bad.
It's pretty good. It's cute.
Not too bad. Little bit existential here. I saw a TikTok from a doctor. It doesn't matter. But he was making the point. He's like, every movie you've ever seen, every great book you've ever read, every interesting story you've ever heard involves a human going through something incredibly hard. So if you're going through something incredibly hard, just know this is the hero's journey. This is the arc of humanity. You cannot have a truly fulfilling life unless you go through really difficult things. And it made me think, I'm sure if you took all the human lives that have ever been lived and just take the ones in the last 100 years and you spread them out across a spreadsheet, you would have just like, how the hell did this guy fall in so many holes? And how did this person seems to have had like a really pretty easy time of it? What do you guys make of that theory, though? That you really do need real tough times to feel like your life has been complete and fulfilling?
I don't know if I necessarily agree that that's how, like, you must go through trials in order to feel fulfilled. But trials are a part of life. And the idea that, like, we deserve happiness and life is fair and life should be easy, like, that is something that I've had to kind of get over as an adult and come to terms with the fact that, no, like, sometimes things are not fair. Life is not fair.
Yeah.
Things are tough. And as tough as you feel like you may have it, you have it way better than millions of other people. So you have to keep that in mind. And everything changes. Everything is temporary. Things are going to move. Look at the seasons. Like we have in St. Louis, we have 4 seasons a year. And we know that they're going to change and we know they're going to be back again next year.
Yeah.
It's a cycle that you go through. So
is there anyone that doesn't have difficulties ever in their lives? I mean, like, I can see how, like, some are more fortunate than others. That's a truth. That's a fact. But sometimes your most difficult things may not come until you're 70 or until you're 90. Or, I mean, like, you just don't know. Like, so yeah, you might get through a lot of it, but everybody has things. It just, they're all different levels, and there's the frequency varies. But nobody ever just, like, do they just skate through and everything's perfectly smooth? It might seem like it from the outside, but that doesn't mean that's how that person perceives it.
Which I think is unfortunate because probably most of life, but certainly in the last 25 years of social media, we have been showing everyone our highlight reel while they are watching their own personal blooper reel, right?
Right.
You know, I'm watching you on a private jet, and I'm trying to pay the light bill.
Yeah.
You know, and even if it's a fake private jet, you know, or if they're going through a divorce or whatever it is, you still tend to, at least I do, look at other people and go, oh, then I saw something interesting, and it's just such a cliche kind of thing. But it was if you took all the people in the world's problems and wrote them on a piece of paper and put them in a big basket, would you be willing to reach in and pick one out and trade?
Yeah. I wouldn't trade.
Well, no, because then I wouldn't have any of the friends or family members and things that I currently have.
And it's like you would have to be in a pretty dire place to actually reach in and make that trade, right? And I don't think any of us are in that place.
That's exactly what I was going to say. There probably are some people out there who do not have anything good in their life, and it's just darkness from here on. But none of us are in that position, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I would venture to say most of the people listening too, you know.
Although mine looked pretty dark yesterday morning.
Well,
it was touch and go there for a while. So, I had a weird thing happen last night with DoorDash. So weird that I reached out to my friend Andrew, who is a former DoorDasher, and I ordered something from like 5 miles away, which is pretty far for DoorDash, and it was just taking forever. And so I look and I notice like the little red guy, here he comes, is on a bike. And I texted Andrew, I'm like, is this a thing? Like, did DoorDash people ride bikes sometimes? Like, I get it if you're going a mile, but it took the guy like as long as it would take to ride a bike. And then I missed him when he came to my door. I wanted to run up there and see his bike.
I don't really know, how many people. I know that it's more common in like New York City.
Right.
I've had plenty of people deliver to me on a bike.
Really?
In the city, yeah. But sometimes, though, it'll be registered as a bike, and then they do pull up in a car. But I have seen them on the bike, and like Dave said, it took bicycle time.
It's interesting to me because I know that there are people in like I said, like New York City, like downtown, Boston, LA, or whatever, big giant cities that do like bicycle delivery for food and stuff. But a lot of times when you're in one of those cities, you're if you're door dashing, you're kind of only handling like a several block basis.
Right.
You're going, half a mile away to get somebody's pizza and then biking that half a mile back to give it to them. I always felt like St. Louis had a bit too much of a sprawl.
Yeah.
To do that,
Yeah, we're spread out. I saw something yesterday that it kind of made me giggle. Maybe I shouldn't have. but the story was about how professors are losing their jobs because the federal government has taken away so much funding and so many grants. Okay, and I can't remember if they said most or many, but it was one of those two words, are going straight to OnlyFans.
What?
Yeah. And I'm like, did Dairy Queen and Kohl's just close and no one can go work? Like, it's like if you lose your career, you just go OnlyFans?
Yeah, that seems like not a real thing.
Yeah.
And that seems like you want to do OnlyFans. Like, I don't know how many people are out there like, I have no other choice. I must sell photos of myself online. Like, there are a couple steps you could take before that, I think. But that's I mean, part of that is whoever does PR for OnlyFans, oh my gosh, I hope you made a lot of money because you did a great job. You're selling particularly young women the idea that, like, this is not only a good choice, but like one of the best choices you could ever make is you're going to take control of your body and your sexuality.
You're stupid
and it's
if you
on
don't.
your terms. Exactly. And it's like, for some people that is true. And for some people, they are able to make a living. And for some people, it's genuinely what they want to be doing.
Yeah.
But the vast majority of people who start doing that make no money.
Yeah.
And open themselves up to all sorts of judgment and criticism from the people in their lives, future employers, whoever. For the vast majority of people, it is a terrible investment.
It's difficult on someone like me knowing I'm leaving millions of dollars on the table.
Right.
On a daily basis, just especially now after the ear thing.
Well, you probably feel dumb. You're like, why don't I do it?
Why don't I do it? Yeah.
It's because for the vast majority of people, it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
What was that story? Wasn't there a story, we covered it maybe a year ago, where it was like the average person who has an OnlyFans makes like $1,000 a year. And then there's the very small number that make millions, and that's what everybody sees, but you don't see all the ones that just do it. And they're like, well, that's not going to work.
Right.
And they've already put it out there.
Well, that's a good point.
Like the proverbial cat's out of the bag, so to speak. Right?
Yeah, and for some people, that's okay for them.
Yeah.
But I just fear that too many people go into it thinking that it's going to be something that it's never actually going to be. And then they do walk away with many, many regrets.
Yeah. So the average OnlyFans account is between $130 and $180 a month. That's the average. So obviously, you've got a very small percentage that are going to make a lot of money, and basically everybody else is making nothing.
A lot like professional sports.
Yeah. It's not too far off of this. Yeah.
Let me tell you guys about my friends Mark and Neil Gelman of the Gelman team of eXp Realty. If you are interested at all, and this is my only real sell to you today, is to try to motivate you to contact them earlier than you normally would. And I can't tell you, we're talking about like life being hard and regrets we've had and things like that. So many of my regrets, like not the deep ones, but like the surface regrets, are just not getting the information, not reaching out soon enough. Like, oh man, I should have looked into that, shouldn't I? So if you contact the Gelmans, first of all, you can go to the front page of thegelmanteam.com, put in your address, and we'll tell you what we think your house is worth. And let's say you think it's worth $500,000. Well, we're not going to say $500,000. We're going to say $450,000 or $600,000, whatever. And it's going to be different than what you think. And at that point, you can contact us and we'll have a conversation. My point is, no one's expecting you to sign a contract. Let us earn your business. Let us convince you that we are the realtors to give you the best shot of selling your house, buying another house at a good price. Let us prove it to you. Go to the front page of thegelmanteam.com, put in that address. When you're ready to talk, 314-336-1991.
Certain restrictions apply.
John's Garage Doors. John's Garage Doors. When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
I started my first business at 12 years old, mowing lawns for about $5 a yard. I thought I was crushing it until my buddy down the street undercut me by $2. But he didn't just cut the price. he cut corners too. That's when I learned if you do the job right, people trust you, and integrity beats profit. People care more about how you show up and whether you do what you say you're going to do. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Doors. From garage door repairs to upgrades, we show up, we crush it, and we stand behind every job. We only use the best parts, and the spring's guaranteed to last a lifetime. Because when you care about the people you serve, you work harder, and it shows. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Doors today or schedule online at donsgaragedoors.com. And yeah, we still beat the other guy.
Don's Garage Doors. Don's Garage Doors. When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
The 3-2 pitch with the runner going a swing.
Ready to elevate your game? Join the MBA Sportscasters Forum on Tuesday, September 15th in St. Louis. Learn from Cardinals beat reporters, broadcasters, and Hall of Famer John Rooney as they break down play-by-play, reporting, interviewing, and covering the game. Then cap off the day with the Cardinals versus Giants at Busch Stadium. Step into the booth, sharpen your skills. Go to KMOX.com/events for details and registration.
Don't let tax refund worries hold you back. File now with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They'll find every credit and deduction to help you get every refund dollar you deserve, or your money back. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
It's 2:48. This time check is sponsored by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
Listen up. If you have not paid self-employment, business, or individual taxes in years, the IRS will find you. Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. I offer real solutions. If you have unfiled returns, unpaid taxes, levies, or liens, call me, Lance Story, today and let me get between you and the IRS. I'll protect your rights, including your right to appeal or even your right to take the IRS to tax court. At the Lance Story Law Firm, our practice is focused 100% on fighting the IRS. Remember, IRS problems are legal problems, and they need to be handled by an expert attorney who's done it for decades. So call the Lance Story Law Firm today. We're local. Our office is right here in St. Louis. Call 314-260-6120 or visit LanceDruryLaw.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX. Ian Mackey's going to join us at the top of the hour. It's Election Day. We'll talk about some of the major races that people are interested in. Talk about Amendment 4 and 5. Rach, tell me about this grading scale.
Okay, I saw this story yesterday while I was doing my show prep, and I thought this was absolutely crazy. So there was a Florida teacher who was fired, and she was fired because she gave zeros to her students. And she gave those students zeros because they didn't turn in their assignments.
Huh. Crazy.
Which was pretty much par for the course when I was in school. If you didn't do the assignment, you got a 0. That was the grade that you earned. But this was an 8th grade history teacher in Port St. Lucie. And she gave her students 2 weeks to complete a notebook project. But some of those students just didn't hand it in. And since they had done 0 work, she gave them zeros, and she got fired from it because the K-12 school that she worked for had a rule called the no zero policy. And I'd be interested to hear from people on the stream or wherever. Is there a no zero policy at your children's school? Because apparently this is kind of a common thing. Apparently the lowest possible grade that the teachers can give students is a 50%. That's even if they don't turn anything in.
What?
Who thinks that's a good idea?
Bunch of stinking horse crap.
What kind of jackass school officials, school board, whatever, whether it's state, local,
Because that's how life works.
You think that's a good idea to show a kid that if you don't do the work, you still get half credit?
So
That's insane.
The reasoning behind giving 50% for nothing is that it could be difficult for a student to ever recover their grade in that class, meaning it's too harsh of a punishment.
Well, that's why you do the work.
You don't have to do it well, just do it.
There's an answer for this. You just do the work.
I mean, it's
Or ask for an extension.
insane.
Here's the part that I think is really
Andrew's
crazy.
pretty quiet on this one.
Let's hear him out.
So the scale is as follows. 90 to 100 is an A. A B is 80 to 89. C is 70 to 79. D, 60 to 69. And then an F is your baseline 50% to 59. The part that I think really bothers me is that in order to get that A, you still have to score a 90%. It's not like you get that 50% and then you only have to get a 40 on top of that. It just feels very, very, very unfair to the kids who are trying hard and trying to get that A, that you could also just not turn in your stuff and, well, you're going to end up with half the grade kind of no matter what.
Yeah, I'm fine if you have. I still think it's stupid. Like if you take a test and you only get 30% of the questions right, you should get a 30% because that's what you got. But if you want to say the bottom level for doing the work is 50%, it's still stupid, but okay. It's less stupid. For people who just didn't turn it in, that should be a 0. There is no excuse. None, 0, zilch. No excuse.
Joel's bringing up the fact that he's seen that it's explained that, the averages disproportionately affect you compared to other grades, meaning 10 points between each grade level, except there's a 60-point F range. Well, the thing is, you have to achieve a certain grade to not fail.
Right.
Like, passing a class means that you understand at least
a minimal
60% of the material. Well, and that's not ideal. Ideally, you would understand 100%.
Maybe I'm missing something. To me, it's so much simpler than that. I understand the math. I understand why it disproportionately affects you.
Yeah.
But it disproportionately affects you because you did 0.
If you don't do the work, that's...
If I'm playing on a sports team and I don't suit up and I don't take an at-bat, but I still want to be in the statistics, give me a 200 batting average.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you literally didn't play.
But then we sit around and we go like, why can't these kids read?
Well, that's exactly. This is the.
Why are they graduating high school and they can't read?
That's
and it's
exactly
like, well,
it.
if their teacher tries to fail them, the teacher gets fired.
Yeah.
So it's just very, very troubling.
Look,
I don't understand.
If a kid has a learning disability, if there is something going on at home where they need extra or maybe some extra grace in a period of time, those are different things. Have that conversation with the teacher. And I'm talking about the adults. Have that conversation with the administrator. But you cannot reward doing nothing. Could any of us go to work and say, well, I didn't show up, so I still want 50% of my pay? Good luck.
Now, hold
You're
on a
not
second.
preparing those kids.
I'm telling you, we got to hear him out.
Now that he's putting it that way, I'm starting to see.
Oh, man.
I mean, why train kids to live in a world that will not exist when they're done with school?
You nailed it, Wheels, because it's like we want to clear the path and be like, everything's easy, everything's great. You don't ever have, there is no adversity, right?
Yeah.
Adversity is bad. I'm going to remove any sort of obstacles for you so you can sail on by. But then once you leave school, once you leave high school, once you leave college, and you enter real life, no one's going to be making those kind of adjustments for you anymore.
Well, yeah, I get but there's such a difference between the 0. Yeah, because there's such a difference between not showing up.
Not doing it.
And there's such a difference between succeeding in the class and failing.
Yes.
You have to achieve a certain amount in order to not fail.
Yeah. Let me tell you guys about Mosby Building Arts and their promotion this month. It's not so much like, hey, you can get a deal on this or get a freebie on that, but I like their approach. When I think about Mosby, I think about big, comprehensive jobs. You know, we're doing the kitchen and we're doing the basement, and we're also going to be doing an outdoor barbecue area. That's what I think of. But Mosby is pointing out to me, and in turn to you, that, hey, we do a ton of small remodeling projects. So do not feel the least bit sheepish, like, you know what, we're not talking about tens of thousands of dollars here. We're talking about our smallest bedroom, and we may be talking about single-digit thousands, and maybe you guys don't even want to mess. No. Mosby would love to talk to you about any size project you have. So think about any room in your home or the outdoors, something that you think would make a big difference but wouldn't be all that big of a project. Mosby would love to be the company who does that for you. Go to mosbybuildingarts.com.
You know, here in St. Louis, word of mouth still matters, and I'm pretty careful about who I recommend, especially when it comes to something as personal as estate planning. I'm Tom Ackerman. My family has been working with the Laterman Law Firm for over 20 years now, and the reason is simple. They don't just create documents and send you on your way. They help make sure your plan works. Because let's be honest, life changes. Family needs and circumstances change. Laws change. But most estate plans don't change over time as needs, circumstances, and laws change. They're outdated, sitting in a drawer. People assume they're fine, and their plan will work when they need it to work. At the Laterman Law Firm, it's not a one-time transaction. It's an ongoing process. They build a plan to protect your family and your assets, and then for a fixed annual fee, they help keep it up to date as both your life and assets change. Check out the Laterman Law Firm at latermanlaw.com or give them a call at 314-514-9100. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
Every step matters. That's why Steve All and the entire team at the All Financial Group have signed up to walk and fundraise for the St. Jude Walk on September 12th. St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital is leading the way the world understands, treats, and defeats childhood cancer. And here's what makes them truly remarkable. Families never receive a bill from St. Jude, so parents can focus on one thing, and one thing only, their child. We want you to be a part of this. You can join our team and walk with us on September 12th or simply make a donation. And here's the good news. Steve will personally match every dollar you give up to $1,000. To donate or to register to walk with the All Financial Group, visit steveall.com. That's steveaul.com. Or call 636-230-8824 for more information. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, a registered investment advisor. All Financial Group LLC is not affiliated with St. Jude's Research Hospital and does not accept or collect donations on their behalf.
Can you believe politicians nearly doubled state spending since 2019? Yeah, that's twice the rate of inflation.
What do we get for all that extra spending? Nothing.
Yeah, and get this, over 200 loopholes are buried in our tax code, written by lobbyists for wealthy corporations.
Our tax code is rigged against us.
We get taxed on our paycheck, our home, everything we buy.
I guess somebody's got to pay for all that spending.
That's why we need Amendment 5. It puts politicians on a leash.
Forces them to cut taxes and control spending, whether they like it or not.
Amendment 5 closes the loopholes, eliminates income taxes, cuts property taxes, and gives $3,000 a year to average working families.
We decide, not the politicians.
Amendment 5 is the biggest tax cut in Missouri history.
I'm voting yes on Amendment 5. Paid for by Missouri Promise PAC. Mark Ellinger, Treasurer.
The trusted voice of St. Louis. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 3 o'clock, it is a partly cloudy sky downtown at the Arch. Right now, 88 degrees. Voters have until 7 tonight to cast ballots in the Missouri primary. Rudy Keller, deputy editor of the Missouri Independent, has his eye on several state Senate races, including the 4th District in our region. Steve Butts and Gina Mitten vying for the Democratic nomination.
Steve Butts is one of the few anti-abortion Democrats. That is becoming a big issue in that race. And should he win, it might send a message to Democrats to tone down some of the rhetoric on that issue if it means a broader appeal.
The KMOX newsroom will have election results on our website and social media during tonight's Cardinals-Yankees baseball broadcast. A St. Louis City Sheriff's deputy shot a man in South St. Louis after allegedly stealing his car. Police say the deputy left his personal car running while serving papers at the 3600 block of Montana. The suspect jumped into the car and drove off. The deputy caught up to his vehicle a few blocks over and opened fire at the man.
The sheriff's deputy reports the suspect starting to reach for something inside the car. That's when shots were fired. And it's my understanding after the shooting, the suspect drove away.
Police spokesman Mitch McCoy says the suspect ditched the vehicle in an alley and flagged down officers to alert them he had been shot.
ABC News, I'm Chuck Severson. Bails $1 million for a man arrested for allegedly starting the largest of the 3 wildfires in Spokane, Washington, that destroyed hundreds of buildings and forced tens of thousands of people from their homes. Sources tell ABC News that President Trump called Congressman Max Miller, Ohio Republican, telling him his reelection campaign's in jeopardy. Miller denying accusations of domestic abuse. Ohio Senator Bernie Moreno, ex-father-in-law of Miller's, wants Miller to resign.
This is truly the 7th level of hell. This has been a horrific experience for my entire family. My daughter specifically did not want this to be out in the public.
Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche has been confirmed by the Senate Judiciary Committee. At least 7 Republican senators previously expressed concerns about his nomination. Blanche can only afford to lose 2 Republican votes in the full Senate vote ahead. This is ABC News.
Illinois has long been the only state of the nation without legislation aimed at holding insurance companies accountable for rate hikes. Until now, here's Andy Dane with the story.
With my signature today, Illinois will begin requiring insurers to transparently justify proposed rate increases, and we are empowering regulators to fight unfair and arbitrary hikes.
Governor Pritzker says that fight will be led by the Illinois Department of Insurance and Director Ann Gillespie.
No longer will Illinois residents be the only insureds in the country not protected against unfair rating practices by insurers.
The reforms require companies behind homeowners and auto insurance to justify proposed rate hikes, and if found to be excessive or discriminatory, issue refunds.
Our aim is to bring down costs for families, keep corporations accountable to the people they serve, and instill confidence in consumers who have too often been asked to shoulder a financial weight being unreasonably imposed upon them.
Let's get an update now. The St. Louis Business Index. We take it to Stifel and Scott Bedell. Scott.
Good afternoon, Michael. Hello, everyone. This afternoon, 2 major stock indexes sit at new all-time highs following a large decline in the price of oil. First up, the Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 907 points, or 1 3/4%, to a record finish of 54,085. The Standard & Poor's 500 index with a similar result, up 1.8% to a record 7,736. The NASDAQ Composite had the best return on the day, up 2.6% to close at 26,584, while the Bloomberg St. Louis Stock Index added 1.35% to close at 1,779. Helping that index to move higher, Stifel Financial added a little bit more than 0.5% at $84.05. Boeing gained 1.5% to $237.16. Belden Corporation up 3 3/4% to $127.43. On the downside, Cigna, parent company of Express Scripts, lost 2.9% at $274.05. And finally, Bellring Brands tumbled 1.5%. They close at $12.75. This has been Scott Bedell from Scott Bedell from Stifel Financial. Stifel is a member of SIPC and the New York Stock Exchange. For more information on our firm, we invite you to explore our website at stifel.com.
We've got a stalled vehicle on 70 going west at the airport on the right side. Another stall, 6440 going west at 22nd Street, also on the right side of the interstate there.
All about sunshine as we work our way through our Tuesday afternoon, and we're a little bit warmer than the last couple of days. 89 for the high. That's still pretty easy to take. Tonight, clear skies, another nice evening. 69 for the overnight low. Wednesday, sunny, warm. Hottest day of the week is Wednesday, 91 in the afternoon. Showers move in really late Wednesday night. I think after midnight, 72 degrees. Thursday, it's only 85 for the high, but there will be scattered showers and a couple of thunderstorms around Thursday, and Thursday night coming to an end Friday morning, fairly early Friday morning. From the Saliga Heating and Cooling Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
And right now, downtown at the Arch, we do have some clouds, and current temperature is 88 degrees. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Jerry Ricken and Heidi Ricken Provost cover the 3 key pillars of retirement planning: income, risk, and your tax strategy. Join us for Kickin' with the Rickens Redefining Retirement every Saturday at 3 p.m. right here on KMOX.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX. So weird to have a whole group of people on the stream just talking about you.
Yeah, isn't it?
In the time that I just went to the bathroom, I came back and Joel Bradley already has my OnlyFans page named Beanies and Weenies.
Wow.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's not bad.
That's actually not
You might
bad.
have to charge him a fee or give him a fee for that.
Charge him a fee.
Yeah, don't charge him. You have to give him a fee.
I'll give him a free show. Something special for
Yeah.
JB.
Free subscription.
1 month at level 1 tier.
What if it was just it's that, but it's just you wearing a knit hat like that and just eating a bowl of beans?
Hey, to each their own.
That's when I don't mind them talking about us. But when, like, one of us gets up to go to the bathroom or whatever, and people, where'd they go? Where'd they go? None of your business.
Jeez. Andrew has such a love-hate.
I can't help it. When they go like, anyone know where Andrew is today? None of your business.
Speaking of, you got stiffed at a restaurant?
I got stiffed at a restaurant, and I don't know quite how to feel about it. So I went to a restaurant. I guess I won't say which restaurant it was.
I'm so excited.
Come on.
I'm so excited. What could have happened?
It involves, here's what I'll say. It involves things that fly. So I went to the flying restaurant, and I got the two couple meal with the old wife, and it was like the total was $22.13. I remember that because it was 80. The stiffing in question was 87 cents. So time comes, my wife pays with 220s. She has, she's the moneymaker in the house.
Sure.
So she pays with 220s. The waitress picks up the 220s, and something's up. She goes and she's like counting over at the kind of host station. And then she moves back to the kitchen, and I see her consulting with another waitress, and they keep like looking over at us. And I was like, was that real money that you paid with? Did you pay with like Monopoly money? And so we just sitting there. We're just sitting there for a long time. I don't know what's happening. And then first of all, like I said, the meal was $22.17, and when she picked up $22.13, and when she picked up the 220, she said, "Do you want change back?" And it's like, okay,
yeah, a little bit,
yeah,
just a tad.
Change would be
Yeah,
what question is that?
Normally we tip 90%, but we just weren't sure if the meal was that good.
Yeah, we normally double up our bill by tipping.
And so she brings back 23, or I'm sorry, she brings back.
I'm like, he did not get stiffed.
Yeah, you just got stiffed. You got paid.
Them.
You got paid.
She brings back like
this
7.
This is not the opiates, right?
No, I'm as confused as you, Dave.
It's me being stupid with numbers.
Okay.
She brings back 17. Like a solid number. So basically there is 87 cents
Yeah.
unaccounted
She just didn't
for.
even give you.
not in our favor. Yeah.
Right.
And there was no mention of it. She just like dropped it off and said, "Okay, here you go. Have a great day." And then, scampered off to go do waitress things.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're just kind of like staring at it like, there's supposed to be a little more. So we just left a slightly smaller tip than we normally would. And
like 87 cents.
yeah, about 87 cents less of a tip than we normally would.
Well, that's where that money's going to go.
And walked out the door, but I didn't know what you guys, we kind of went back and forth about like, do we make this a thing? Do we tell somebody? Do we alert? Is she doing some sort of, is this waitress running some sort of like rounding tip scam to put money in her own pocket?
Yeah, making it 80. She's going to make a whole extra $3 this week.
Yeah.
Like we didn't know what to do.
One more month, she can eat at her own restaurant.
And we were in a little bit of a hurry to leave, so we
Where are you guys eating, both of you, for $22?
He doesn't want to say.
I don't want to say.
I think I know where
Off
it is,
the air,
though.
he can tell us.
If you guess, I won't say if you get it
I don't
right.
want to guess.
Okay.
Because I don't want to.
Yeah, we don't want to be just
honestly,
besmirching people.
I honestly don't think this is a very big deal. It sounds like maybe.
Oh, I know where you were.
I think maybe their computer was like not doing the math for them, and sometimes people struggle with like knowing the change to give back.
Yeah.
So she might have thought she was rounding down or something. She might have thought she was like rounding up to the next dollar and actually giving you a little more.
Yeah. Helping us out rather than
maybe. Yeah. I don't think she was like knowingly stealing 87 cents specifically.
I also
seems insane to me.
It seemed weird if there was like number problems involved or computer problems or whatever, or you couldn't make change. Like maybe say something like, "Oh, I know you're missing 87 cents. I'm sorry. We don't have any coins right now."
Right. That was a possibility too. As a former waiter,
believe that she did the math wrong in her head, and and she meant to give you 18.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. I get it. I see what you're saying.
Because it's just like the fact that she was going back and forth to the kitchen is maybe she was like, "Wait, so how much is it?"
How do I
which I mean, I'm not innocent. I mean, in telling the story, I got the number wrong like 4 times.
And she only gave me back more money than I was owed.
I gave her 2 20s. I gave her 2 20s. She gave me back 4 20s, and I'm like, "What the hell is this?"
I got stiffed.
I'm paying double.
I think it's way more likely just an honest mistake.
Yeah.
But a dumb one.
Well, we chose not to make a thing. I mean, I chose to talk about it on the radio to thousands of people, but we chose not to tell the one person.
Make it a thing.
I mean, it's an easy solve, though, because if you leave that out, that extra money will go to the person. Anything that they turn in that's above and beyond what the bill is counted as a tip. So that she's not missing that tip. You're giving up less of it, but that 87 cents is still part of her tip.
Or, I mean, wouldn't it just go in the drawer?
Yeah, I mean, like depends. The restaurants I worked at, they're all a little different. Like if you just get to keep your tips versus having to like share your tips with other people.
Yeah, tip out from like whatever is that how that's done? It's like whatever's extra in the till gets divvied up amongst
something
the people who need tips.
But in this case, for example, like most of at least when I was waiting tables, you have cash and you have to bring cash so you can make change. And back then, people used cash more in the 1990s, the olden times. You would have to have cash, singles, change so you could make change, and you would keep all of it until the end of the day, and all you were responsible for was turning in the amount of cash that is on your checks for the cash payment checks that weren't the credit cards. So that extra, anything left over is yours. So in this case, that 87 cents would be left over. It would still be hers. So if you just deducted from the tip, you're still tipping her those 87 cents.
Man, what do you guys think she's going to buy with that 87 cents?
Sky's the limit.
A gumball.
So tell me about the nude steakhouse.
Oh yeah,
it's not the same night, right?
It was the same night. It was the same night. That's why we were in a hurry.
You know what? Budget is a little shot at this point, but we're still gonna go.
Brad actually sent this story, and he was like, "I don't want to talk about this, but maybe you guys can talk about it." It is a South Florida steakhouse, and they have launched nude dining. a nude dining experience. They're calling it. It's on the first Monday of every month, the Class Soiree Steakhouse, which a place is classy when it's called the Classy Steakhouse.
It should just be called the Ass Steakhouse.
Damn.
Ass Soiree Steakhouse. The C and the L neon letters are burnt out. They hold an evening where diners are allowed to partake in, quote, a yummy meal without wearing any clothes. They came up with the concept as a way to attract new businesses. They said, yes, this is legal. Because I think that's the first question that everybody gets.
Would be the first question they
I'm
get.
sorry,
but...
can we pause for a second? Wheels, whatever you're looking at on your laptop is playing out of the speaker.
No, it's not on. Is it?
Something was playing over there.
All right.
It's the nude stuff. I'm watching nude steakhouse videos.
It's actually a Fox News story about this nude steakhouse.
So it's here's something else that's interesting. It's tickets to if you want to do this, if you want to dine in the nude in this restaurant and eat steak. It's $250 for men, $150 for women.
What?
Now this is not that uncommon in these kind of like.
Oh, it's ladies' night.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to get more women in there.
You want to get more women in there.
They call that the meat tax.
I just thought that was interesting because, you want to get more women in there, but it's still $150.
Does that include the dinner?
It includes the dinner.
Oh, okay.
Maybe they think the guys eat more.
Maybe
easy.
Maybe the worst part is that they say that they are expecting around 20 people. That's a problem to me.
If you go as a couple, the man and the woman, they're equal because the couple is $300. So I guess what they don't want is a bunch of looky-loos.
Yeah, they don't want a bunch of dudes.
I'm so on Andrew's side here. If somehow you could convince me to consider doing this, it's 100 people at the restaurant. All right, maybe.
Yeah.
Just 18 other. If you go as a couple and there's only 18 other people, that's you're getting to know each other.
Yeah.
100 people.
Levels.
100 people is a party. 20 people is an intimate gathering amongst friends.
20 people that could turn into something else real quick.
Yeah, 20 people is 20 people is a subway car. That's not a giant dining experience.
Well, what's the draw to eating naked?
Boobs.
Well, I mean, I get being, but not why with food.
Steak.
Andrew gets there and he's like, before I dine, if I gave you $40, how are you doing the math?
Yeah. Do you guys have coins? Because we need change.
Here's 270, and I do want change back. Thank you.
I will not be stiff tonight.
That's where they got the idea. They heard me say I got stiffed at a restaurant. They're like,
and I'm the one on opiates, and he's over here.
That gives me an idea.
That's such a bizarre story. It's got to be a publicity thing, right? They're going to do this once.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think they're passionate about having nude butts on their chairs.
They're going to do it one time. Well, that's it. That's another thing.
Yeah, are they going to put napkins down?
Yeah.
You going to have just special chairs for naked night?
Yeah, if they have Monday naked dining night, I don't know if I want to go Tuesday morning.
On Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly. Where am I sitting for the lunch special on Tuesday?
I would be down to do most stuff naked. Eating is at the very bottom of the list.
Yeah.
Right. Eating in a restaurant with strangers. And also, so they point out that it's legal because the entire staff is clothed. And I actually don't like that much either because that makes me feel
want them
isolated.
naked too?
Yeah.
Well, I feel isolated.
It's like a power imbalance.
There's a power. Thank you. It's a power imbalance. I want the chef nude cooking.
That can't be legal.
If I'm going to be nude dining.
You don't want that.
No, it's not. That's why they say this is legal to do.
Does he
Is
not
because
He doesn't want the
you don't want a
staff
naked
to be
chef.
dressed.
Well, the staff is all wearing clothes. They're all
So
fully
everyone should be
dressed.
naked.
And that creates a power. If I'm sitting here naked in the chair and they're coming up fully
naked.
Thank you. That's how I feel.
Well, okay, I'm sorry, I know we're going late, but one more question.
We can go as late as we want.
Do you arrive and then you take your clothes off?
Sounds
Great
like
question.
It. So in the Fox News story that was playing over my computer, the hostess is also apparently naked.
What?
And greets you at the door, so you'll feel more comfortable getting naked right there, I guess.
Sweet.
Oh, you just have to strip like in the foyer?
Well, if you're going to be out, who cares?
You know what? That's a fair point.
If you're all going to be out there while you're eating steak and taters, what's the difference?
just getting into the Uber naked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you know where I'm going.
We do like we just had the World Naked Bike Ride like 2 weekends ago here in St. Louis. And it's like you show up to that naked.
Yeah.
Or wearing
Humans
whatever
ate
clothes.
naked for 100,000 years.
Yeah.
Even they put something on. Sat on.
And how mad were you at
animal
that guy?
skin or whatever.
That first guy. You're like, seriously, Ned? You're going to cover it up?
I think it would sound. I think
You're
that
making me feel like there's a power imbalance here.
I don't like any of this. I go, what if you spill?
Nude dining could be fun, but I think the moment you like drop a piece of steak and it leaves the Worcestershire trail down your nude chest, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of turn off.
This is a dark moment in my life.
There's a lot
Perhaps darker than I expected.
Yeah. I mean, like, nobody don't even do that at home.
Let's all try it at home.
No.
You're home.
Okay. All right.
20 people only.
20 people.
But I'm going to be the chef, so I'm going to be clothed.
20-person nude
20
dining
people?
at Kevin's house.
Do I know 20 people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know 20 people you'd get naked?
No.
We'll work on it. All right. Interesting. Tell you guys about Dr. Kathy Maupin at BioBalance Health. And this is one, okay, the skin side, I don't think you have to file away. If you are comfortable with treatments, like Botox and chemical peels and microneedling and such, like some people are just like dead set against them. Respect, do what you want to do, wear what you want to dig what you know what I'm saying. But if you are open to it, then, the holidays or a wedding or any sort of an event, it's a great time to try something like this. They work. I can tell you, when I get something done to my face, so you wait a week, you're like, oh, that looks better, doesn't it? Next door with the pellets is a little more of a commitment. That's a little more thinking and testing. But if you are not feeling the way you used to feel, maybe you're just tired. Maybe you've had a change in your schedule. Maybe you have young kids. Maybe. But there's a very good chance that at least contributing to it is low testosterone for both men and women. All you have to do is take a blood test. We will arrange that for you. Dr. Maupin or Dr. Sullivan will read it. They will explain it to you, and then you have a choice. 8 years ago, I made my choice to get the testosterone pellets, and I am due again. I think it's a month from now, and I'll get them a month from now, and I'll be feeling great. For all things Dr. Maupin, go to biobalancehealth.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mary Claire Haver, a board-certified OBGYN and menopause specialist. My new podcast, Unpaused, is the place for bold, unfiltered conversations about what it really takes for women to thrive in the second half of life. Every week, I sit down with medical experts, cultural icons, and powerhouse women to talk about what really matters. New episodes drop every Tuesday. Listen to and follow Unpaused with me, Dr. Mary Claire Haver, available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account.
When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything.
Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Accounts subject to approval. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance. And now we're customizing this rush hour ad to keep you calm, which could help your driving. And science says therapy is great for a healthy mindset. So enjoy this 14-second session on us. I think you've done everything right and absolutely nothing wrong. In fact, anything that hasn't gone your way could probably be blamed on your father not being emotionally available because his father wasn't emotionally available, and so on. And now that you're calm and healing, you're probably driving better too.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Most
Most sellers put their home on the market and just wait to see what happens. This is Debbie Monterey. I'm with Gloria Liu, Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Gloria, is there a better way to sell?
There is. Instead of listing your home the traditional way and hoping for the right buyer, I can get you up to 8 competitive cash offers right from the start. That means you're not guessing what your home might sell for. You're looking at the real offers and choosing the one that works the best for you. It also helps you to set the right price and create stronger demand if you decide to go to market. It gives you control, leverage, and a clear path forward before you accept just any offer. And remember, I'll guarantee to sell your home at 100% of the market value, or I'll pay you the difference.
Before you sell your home, see what your options are. Call the one I trust, Gloria Liu, 314-325-6888, or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. That's GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
When it comes to your health, having knowledge is powerful, as they say. And so if you could better understand what your risk was for chronic disease before you even have that first symptom, how powerful would that be? Siteman Cancer Center's Your Disease Risk, and that's what it's called, Your Disease Risk, provides personalized insights to help you understand factors that might increase or decrease your risk for chronic disease and cancer, whether that is environmental, whether it is genetic. With easy-to-understand information and prevention guidance, Siteman will help you take those meaningful steps toward a healthier future. Just a few minutes today could make a difference for years to come. Siteman.washu.edu/YDR. Siteman.washu.edu/YDR.
Proudly serving St. Louis for over 100 years. KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
Very quick little segment here. Dave Murray joins us on the other side of the bottom of the hour break. I used to think that Donald Trump or a 13-year-old boy was running the simulation. I'm now convinced it's Tom Holland. Based on Spider-Man and Endgame, he holds the record for the person involved with the 2 biggest Hollywood openings of all time. He's married to Zendaya. He's a fine-looking, cute little boy, but for the love of God.
I was kind of saying that yesterday. Like, must be nice to be Tom.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's 30. He looks like he's 12.
Mm-hmm. People must love it.
I mean, I don't know about other stuff because he was in the Odyssey, but he's not really like the main dude. He's a pretty perfect Spider-Man, though.
Yeah, I
mean, Spider-Man's like starts off as a teenage kid.
He is maybe my favorite Spider-Man thus far that we've seen.
We don't just cover St. Louis, we share it. That's why the stories you hear every morning aren't just headlines. They're about your neighborhood.
Ferguson's police chief took the stand in day one of
your roads.
Westbound 270 North County just had some volume on
your Cardinals.
Riley O'Brien strikes out the side in the 9th inning.
Your community.
I'm Tom Ackerman.
This is Debbie Monterey.
I'm Megan Lynch.
Total Information AM. Weekdays on KMOX.
Well, it's official. My friends have all switched to Pure Talk because I told them they could save a bunch of money on a super reliable high-speed network with unlimited data. And because they're my friends, they trust me. As for the rest of you, well, Pure Talk understands that even though you might like me, you're not just going to take my word for it, nor should you. For that reason, and for a very limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited plan that normally sells for $65 a month. Think of it like a test drive, a super simple way to save $150 while you kick the tires on Pure Talk's blazing fast network, and a fine way to see for yourself why I switched from big wireless, along with a few 100,000 of my closest friends. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and be connected to Pure Talk's friendly U.S. customer service team. Again, dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and let the savings begin.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
All right, baseball fans, listen up because big hits are getting even bigger with Dinger Tuesdays on FanDuel. Customers choose their own reward every Tuesday to use on home run bets. So how are you going to play your game? Well, option 1, there's the bet reset. You use this on your wager and you're going to get refunded in bonus bets if your bet loses. Or option 2, a 50% profit boost. Make your bet, activate the profit boost, and if it hits, that's extra winnings at no extra cost. So make your choice, and the reward will be ready to use on your next home run bet. Betting the Redbirds, betting anybody else in the National League Central, take your pick. Just go to FanDuel.com/Missouri to choose your reward for home run bets every Dinger Tuesday. Play ball with the home for home runs on FanDuel, an official partner of MLB. Must be 21 or over and present in Missouri. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, we got some slow going at Metro East this afternoon. Roadwork delays on eastbound 5570 from Exchange all the way to Black Lane. Westbound 5570 from 255 past 111 slow. Northbound 255 north of 64 all the way up to 5570 is busy. We had an earlier crash there, a minor crash. Eastbound 270 east of Route 3. Looks like they cleared it, but a short delay there. Eastbound 64, of course, the usual delays from 157 to 159. Westbound Highway 70 backs up approaching Highway K out through Lake St. Louis. That was due to a recent crash. Westbound 64 busy from the Science Center out to McCausland. Spady Ballas area is kind of slow, in the Lake St. Louis Boulevard to 70 heavy. Eastbound 64 Mason to 270 is kind of off the pace. Southbound 270 is bogged down from 64 to about Doherty Ferry and a little busy past Gravel or past 44. Tesson Ferry at Schuessler. Looks like we have some congestion both ways. Southbound 55 south of M more than midway down to Z is pretty heavy. I'm Roger Brand in the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
You've pictured it, the garage door that finally makes your home look the way you want it to. And now get $500 back on a qualifying garage door with the Overhead Door Home Refresh Rebate. Qualifying purchase must be made by September 13th. Let Overhead Door Company of St. Louis upgrade your curb appeal and get you up to $500 back. Schedule a free estimate at overheaddoorsstlouis.com. Select models. Rebate paid as a Visa prepaid gift card. Restrictions apply. See website for full terms.
For dependable, no-pressure home comfort solutions, turn to Huff Heating and Air Conditioning. Locally owned and family-operated for over 40 years. Our team will work with you on a plan that fits your home's needs with financing available. And as always, your family's comfort is our family's business. Learn more at huffheating.com.
Today, the Cards, the Yankees.
Emron Total Access 510. First pitch 6:05.
Cardinals Radio. 104.1 FM KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX 334. Dave Murray time brought to you by this Liga Heating and Cooling Weather Center.
Also sponsored by Hoff Heating and Air Conditioning. Sorry, should have said that before.
Works.
It does.
Competing AC companies.
Hey, look, I didn't do it. I'm just reading what they tell me to read.
I think that's breaking one of the cardinal rules of radio, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
think it is too.
Yeah. Dave, look at you in the purple.
Well, it's kind of blue.
We kind of match.
Yeah, we kind of match.
Yeah. I like
Easy
it.
peasy.
I like it. How are things?
All is good. There's a large group of folks from St. Louis in Newport Beach. They've been here for the last couple of days. They do a lot of good things in St. Louis, and we're hosting them for dinner.
Very nice. Very nice.
About 22 people, I think it is.
You taking them to the Nude Steakhouse?
I was going to say, you guys are staying clothed, right?
That's the plan, anyway.
With the Murrays, you never know.
You got a party bus waiting outside.
Yeah.
Take you straight to the Nakey Steakhouse.
You can start with all the clothes you want, but never know. Well, it
It's
looks like
part of dinner. You know, do you want a salad? Okay, something's got to come off.
strip dinner. Never thought of that. So, man, gorgeous weather.
It's fantastic again today. We're a little bit warmer than yesterday, but the humidity levels are still nice. It's a quiet day tomorrow, a little warmer. I think we get to about 91. And during the afternoon, we'll start to feel the humidity make a comeback. Kind of a slow process. Then we go into the unsettled weather we've been talking about Wednesday night, Thursday night, early Friday morning. Scattered showers and thunderstorms. Nothing widespread as far as severe weather. And though it could start at any time Wednesday night, I think probably most of it is late Wednesday night. I think we can squeeze in part. And Thursday, no all-day rain by any means, just scattered showers and thunderstorms, otherwise partly sunny, 85 on Thursday. Friday, nothing more than a spot thunderstorm. Pretty good day, partly sunny, and about 88. The weekend looks dry, sunshine. Saturday, 89, and Sunday, sunny and up to 93. And it looks like, or at least early next week, hanging in the low 90s for the most part.
Which is kind of where we're supposed to be, right?
Yeah. You know, that's above average, but that's when you think about August in St. Louis, you know, you say 91, 92, 93. Yeah, that sounds about right.
So, Dave, I'm seeing on the national news and TikTok and such that this last week, maybe this week too, just setting heat records all over the place and around where you are and Death Valley. You know, is this nothing to see here?
It's August and it's hot in Death Valley. Who would have thought? It's the end of the world.
I would have thought it'd be super nice.
That's when you plan to go.
That's what I learned in my weather
Walk
spotter.
across Death Valley in August. It's the perfect time.
I wonder what 125 feels like.
Oh, it's a dry heat. So it feels like 120.
I never do country music news, but there's good and bad news in the world of country music. Want to hear it?
Yeah.
The good news is that Jelly Roll is taking a 2-year break from performing.
I
Take
guess
all the time you need, brother.
I guess I didn't realize that he was country.
That's what he says.
I don't know one of his songs.
Yeah.
I think he's considered country.
But he's being replaced by a new country artist. Anyone want to take a wild stab?
Jelly Donut.
No.
Adam Wainwright.
Is it like a former politician?
You're not far off.
Oh.
Wow.
Travis Kelce.
Oh. we need more Travis Kelce.
Is making
That's enough. That's enough.
Is making his first country album.
All right.
An insider says Taylor Swift's friends in the industry think he's underestimating how difficult it will be.
I bet he is.
I bet he is. And just like every
funny.
other doofus out there thinks it's easier to play sports than it is. Yeah. I'm sure he's doing that. But he also, is she going to produce it for him or what?
Wow, you just said that.
I don't know.
Not like you.
What?
You just sound like a different human.
Oh, I had to change the subject, so I had to change the tone.
But why is Jelly Roll taking 2 years off?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
I think he and
Dave
his,
is the number one Jelly Roll correspondent on Aimless by a mile. He's like, I don't know.
We talk about Jelly Roll every day, but we never have the details.
I have any information.
I
on it.
don't look at. I never look at details. But when it comes to Jelly Roll, taking time off.
Hey, he's leaving good enough.
Yeah,
good enough.
I don't need an explanation.
That's the only detail I care about.
According to Google AI, he's taking the hiatus to focus on his mental health and personal healing after his divorce.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know that he and his wife got divorced, and I thought that might have something to do with it.
Perfect.
Dave's Jelly Roll Google alert went off.
Do they have kids? Do we know if they have kids?
I don't think so.
And would they be
no
little
idea.
donut holes?
Little munchkins.
Yeah.
What is a Jelly Roll, by the way?
That's a good question. I always thought it was like a jelly
It's a
donut.
Yeah, it's kind of that. Yeah, I think.
It's
I don't
either
think
that
so.
or one of those
I thought it was
spiral
just
cakes.
referring to he was a big fat guy.
Jeez.
Jelly roll.
He was a big fat guy. I don't know.
Not anymore. He's lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, that's why he's taking a hiatus. He's got to gain it all back.
It's a rolled sponge cake filled with jam.
There you go.
There you
There we
go.
go.
Dave was closest. You win. I know I was on opiates yesterday, but and today, and tomorrow, who knows?
Maybe.
I saw several ads on my TikTok for dog wigs. Am I the only one getting these?
Like gags, like jokes, like funny ones, or like serious, like here's a wig to make your dog look like they did 10 years ago?
I don't know how to answer that question, Wheels.
Well, like people put costumes on their dogs, you know? Like,
is it a wig for you to make you look like a dog?
Oh.
No, they were putting the wigs on the dogs.
Okay.
And as I've always said, the dogs don't like wigs.
No, they don't like anything being put on them. No, they don't like costumes. They don't like little shirts. They don't like that.
But I appreciate Wheels' question. Is it like a fetching blonde bob, or is it like, oh, we're gonna make your dog's fur look fuller?
No, it's like a bob.
Okay, so it's still like to put a human wig on them for funny.
Long time ago.
It's like, did you ever want your dog to be a brunette?
I think I snapped a photo of it. Hold on, nudie.
Janice got raincoats for our dogs a long time ago, and because she said, they get so wet, and then you spend a half hour drying them off. I said, they're labs. They're supposed to get wet.
Yeah.
So she puts these things on them, and they take one step, and they look at her like, that's as far as we're going.
Yeah.
We are not going out. We're not going to be seen in these things.
Mom, we look stupid.
Yeah, our guys are really, really little, so they have winter coats for when it's super cold. They hate it, but if it's super cold, they'll deal with it.
You got the picture yet, Dave?
No, I don't.
I just looked up pictures of wigs for dogs. It's just like putting costumes. It's a gag for like funnies. I don't think there's any like purpose for the dog's benefit.
Like a bald dog.
It's not for the dog's benefit. Let's put it that way. It's for the people to be like, look. Yeah, they don't like that. They also don't like. They also don't like little booties or shoes on their feet.
They might like it. They can't talk. We don't know.
Wow,
Actually, they can. They can talk.
Yeah.
Gen Z has a new name for something.
What's that?
Infladating. It is a mix of inflation and dating because now they have to date on a budget.
Did they really say that?
Yeah.
They call
no
it
one
what?
says infladating.
Infladating.
Sounds something much worse.
You're on opiates. That thing you're holding isn't even.
Yeah.
There's no words on that paper.
Rachel.
Yeah,
You
you're
got
right.
that.
It's completely blank.
That's a blank piece of paper. And Dave's like, infladating.
They're putting the wigs on the dogs.
The dogs can no longer afford dates. They have spent their money on wigs.
Gen Z is calling it dog hair plugs.
Jelly Roll, he got on a SpaceX rocket. He's not coming back.
He's just gone.
Why is Jelly Roll taking time off? He appears to have morphed into some sort of ooze.
What are we doing? You're not helping me.
I have lost the thread. I have no idea.
I don't know.
what
We
we're
need to
talking
go back
about
to
anymore.
headlines.
Yeah, I don't even know what we're talking about at this point.
Jelly Roll's taking time off for his dog hair plug business.
I'm still thinking about infladating and why you just say you're just going on a cheap date.
Where's Jelly Roll going? I don't know.
He's going on an infladate.
I just know he left.
He's going away from us.
He's shrink sizing us.
Where did Jelly Roll go? Nobody knows. He's missing.
We're infla rolling, okay?
Yeah.
Come home, Jelly Roll. We miss you.
You're doing like a comeback Shane thing.
Yeah.
But for Jelly Roll.
Come back, Jelly Roll. Come back.
Dave
got a
Murray does
jelly
not think
rocket.
this is funny.
No, neither
That's
does Wheeler.
fine.
Neither does Wheeler.
Well, he also doesn't think his shirt's purple, so.
I don't even know if I follow where it went. I'm confused.
It's a callback type thing.
It's a
I
reference you
think
don't get.
I came to the fork in the road and I went that way. Conversation.
I'm
went
still
that
at the
way.
fork. I don't know which way we went. I'm like, which way did they go, George? Which way did they go?
Jelly Roll has left to make dog wigs for infladates.
Dog wigs have become far too expensive. And that's why you can't go on a nice date anymore.
I'm still at the fork in the
The
road.
only one who can fix it is Jelly Roll. But we don't know where he is.
This is what we call jelly rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave's been jelly rolling this whole show.
I don't know, but we all want what you're on, Dave.
Oh, boy.
I know that Dave is actually on strong pain pills because he looks a little scared right now. Like this has kind of gotten away from him, and he's like, "Okay."
There was a moment where I was like, I figured it out. Oh no,
Yeah. No. Right now, I'm what they call riding the wave. So,
Yeah,
You're
just don't
jelly
panic,
rolling.
and it's all going to be
Dave is
okay.
jelly rolling.
it's all going to be fine. Thank you, Dave.
All right, my pleasure.
Let me off this thing, Dave.
Take me with you wherever you go when you disappear from this.
I want to go with jelly roll.
Take me with you, Jelly Roll.
Where's that wig?
I ain't got no wig for my dog. Oh. I'm not even sure you people are real.
I'm not even sure that
The
I'm real.
alarm's going to go off at any minute, and then it'll be time for a Tuesday show.
Tell you guys about Mike at Michael's Baths, and this one's pretty easy. It's a pretty easy sell. If you are interested in remodeling a bath, and look, a lot of times people, especially my age and up, will remodel a bathroom just for safety features. My mom didn't fall in the bathroom, but that happens all the time with people, like getting in and out of the shower. And I don't know the technology. I don't know what is safe and what is not, but I do know that Mike knows because he's done so many of these. So he can give you recommendations like, oh, if you're worried about this, we can do this for you. And it's not like you have to choose between a beautiful bathroom or a safe bathroom. Your bathroom doesn't have to look like the bathroom at a nursing home. It can be beautiful. It can be contemporary and still have lots of safety features. We do basically the same thing that the national companies do, Bath Fitter, 3-Day Kitchen and Bath, but we do it better and we do it 30 to 50% less. If you're a disabled veteran, you can get an upgrade and a remodel to your bathroom with no money out of your pocket through a VA benefit. 636-775-0800 or michaelsbaths.com.
Traffic from the michaelsflooringoutlet.com traffic center.
Well, we got some crashes out there right now. This traffic reports a service of the Sandberg Phoenix Law Firm. A couple of them, one downtown reported westbound at the Missouri end of the Poplar Street Bridge. Actually, it's at the end of the ramp as you get onto 44 on the Missouri side. So westbound traffic's jammed back across the bridge, and westbound 44 is backed up to the Arch Grounds right now. Crews are on the way to that one. And then they're working to crash in Richmond Heights, eastbound 64. Between Hanley and Big Bend, only the right lane was open as of a moment ago. It's a solid jam back to McKnight. That's impacting South 170. It's on the brakes between Delmar and Ladue, and westbound 64 Gawkers are jammed at Kings Highway out to that point. Westbound 64 is also backed up Lake St. Louis Boulevard out to 70. Westbound 70 has some heavy traffic, 79 through Highway K. Southbound 270, Ladue down through Doherty Ferry. It's actually jammed 64 past Clayton Road, but slow down past Doherty Ferry. Eastbound 64 Mason at 270 is heavy. Tesson Ferry southbound 270 down through Schussler's on the brakes. Southbound 55M most of the way down to Z's heavy in Illinois traffic. Eastbound 5570 Exchange all the way through 111. Westbound from 255 toward 111. Northbound 255 delays approaching 5570, and eastbound 64 jammed 157 to 159. I'm Roger Brand in the michaelsflooringoutlet.com traffic center.
At Sandberg Phoenix, we're more than just a law firm. We're partners committed to you, your business, and your community. From family law to litigation, we're ready to serve. Visit sandbergphoenix.com. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising.
The 3-2 pitch with the runner going a swing.
Ready to elevate your game? Join the MBA Sportscasters Forum on Tuesday, September 15th in St. Louis. Learn from Cardinals beat reporters, broadcasters, and Hall of Famer John Rooney as they break down play-by-play, reporting, interviewing, and covering the game. Then cap off the day with the Cardinals versus Giants at Busch Stadium. Step into the booth, sharpen your skills. Go to KMOX.com/events for details and registration.
Are moles tearing up your yard? Don't let these lawn invaders turn your beautiful property into a mess. Rottler Pest Solutions offers professional mole control services to protect your lawn from damage. Visit Rottler.com today to schedule your free inspection.
New Game Plus with Oxy makes your laundry smell incredible and fights stubborn smells, like the ones your dog Biscuit brought into your freshly made bed last night. But you wash that all away with Game. and now you're drifting asleep to the scent and sound of waves. Ah, no, that's the dog licking your ear.
Biscuit.
It just might be our greatest scent ever. Now with odor fighting power. New Game Plus with Oxy.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Things in Washington, D.C. may seem unsettled at times by their lack of progress, but one department in the U.S. government is progressing. That is the IRS. Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. The IRS is in full function to collect on unpaid taxes. If you've been putting off a tax problem, it's time to call the Lance Story Law Firm and get it resolved. Don't think the government is too busy to focus on my issues. Too many of my clients thought the same. So if you owe back taxes or haven't filed returns in years, it's time to call the Lance Story Law Firm and finally resolve your tax issues. Remember, if you have tax problems, you have legal problems. Call the Lance Story Law Firm. Our office is right here in St. Louis. Or call 314-260-6120 or visit LanceStoryLaw.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm, the Lance Story Law Firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Broadcasting from the Scott Credit Union Studio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX. Skip's going to be here top of the hour to do the Sweet 16 of best all-time sports nicknames. It's so funny. I love Claibs, and I knew this would happen when he was on a couple hours ago. I'm like, hey, Claibs, give me your number one, and he gave like 50. So it's like he pretty much said all of them that we're going to say.
No, there's like 9,000 of these, so it'll be easy.
Is it okay that I don't have very many?
Sure.
I figure that you guys will have a ton.
You're going to get a 0 in the class.
Oh, no, I get a 50%.
No zeros.
Anyone know where the phrase cut to the chase comes from?
Nope.
Yes.
Tell me.
I'd rather hear if you know
okay.
it first.
It comes from the silent film era when movies usually had long love stories that ended with a thrilling chase scene. So when people would be tired of the love story, they'd say, just cut to the chase. Just cut to the chase.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah. All right.
You know what else is interesting? I hate car chases.
Me too. I hate them too, Dave.
What? I find them the most boring thing in cinema.
Wild.
It almost ruined one battle after another for me because I actually really loved that movie, but there's a long car chase at the end, and it's so long that the first time I watched the movie, I was like, I don't know if I'm ever going to watch this movie again.
Yeah.
It's so long. And like, it just doesn't hold that much tension for me because I'm like, well, if the car crashes, the scene's over.
Yeah,
So
I know
have
you're
a
going to
hunch-
make it.
Yeah, I have a hunch that we're going to keep going here.
Yeah. Agreed. Florida, the Sunshine State, has more indoor tanning salons than McDonald's locations.
That's crazy. Yeah, tanning is coming back with a
Big
force.
time.
It's Florida.
Tanning and
Just
smoking.
Go sit in your backyard for 10 minutes.
Nude steakhouses.
Mm-hmm.
Florida's just wildening. That's just it.
Goo, get this. A man put a spike strip in his lawn because kids were riding their bikes across his lawn and running across his lawn, playing like Ghost in the Graveyard at night. So he made his own spike strip with plastic and 43-inch screws sticking up out of it.
That's jail time, right?
Said he's charged with a misdemeanor. He could be looking at 180 days in jail or a $100,000 fine. That's not enough.
No, give him the 180 for sure, though.
Yeah.
You need to spend time in jail. That's.
Why do you want to hurt kids, dude?
I mean, like, that's not just like oh, he fell and got a bruise. Like that's like you could kill a kid that
Sure.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That feels incredibly malicious.
Do you know how easy it would be to kill an overweight country star with a
With a spike strip in your yard?
I'm just saying. Something to
He was
consider.
riding his bike
Something to think about.
real
That's
fast.
that's how he lost all the weight.
He was riding his bike away because he's going.
Yeah,
riding off
he's
his
going
sunset.
away, so
Honey,
he's going
here
the
comes
other
Jelly
way.
Roll. Get the strip out.
But the strip kind of popped him like a balloon, and that's how he lost all the weight.
Here's the weirdest story of the day. Mario Lopez posted an AI-generated video of his niece at a Dodgers game eating 2 hot dogs at once, then suggestively rubbing mustard on her face.
Yeah.
When there was huge backlash, he took it down, but it's still out there. Did you see it?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Dude, you want to talk about 180 days of jail time? That is really
Crazy.
messed up.
That's sick.
Closeout season is heating up at Side & Sugar Nobi partners with sizzling hot summer savings on John Deere compact tractor packages. For a limited time, get $6,600 off the S&P price on a John Deere 5050E with a loader, plus 0% financing with 0 down. Find compact tractor packages